'Twas a night like any other, and all through the tavern the creatures were stirring in their small cosy cavern. The armour was hung by the bedside with care, just in case any danger would soon be there. The adventurers nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of heroism danced in their heads. The barmaid was tired from the busiest of days, so she hung up her apron and stacked all the trays. When out on the street there arose such a clatter, the party woke up, thinking, what is the matter? Away to the window they flew with a flash, to see what had caused such a hell of a crash. It's too dark to see all the way from up here. Let's go down and look, said without any fear. The brave ones ran one by one down the stairs, trying hard not to wake those asleep in their chairs. They got there quicker than what they call fast, just in time to see what had made such a blast. When what to their wondering eyes did appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer? Wait, no. That's not right. That's not what they saw. I'm afraid my poem is riddled in flaw. For what they saw from the tavern was nothing at all. And around them they also saw nothing at all. And the people around them now nothing at all. The cold breeze on their cheek now no feeling at all. You all look confused. I promise it's no miscall. I must emphasize this. You are now feeling nothing at all. So through the darkness your soul starts to crawl, with a hazy memory of last night's bar brawl. So much effort to keep your memory overall, as even today's thoughts are hard to recall. But you wake, wet from sweat, to a brightness above. You hear chirping of a bird too harsh to be a dove, and it's not sweat on your body, but just melted snow that was thrown to you in jest only moments ago. Standing up, you feel strange, not quite like yourself. A different distance from the ground than a usual elf. And on your body you see are some strange-looking clothes. Looking around, your friends in fear have all froze. Are these the people I know so well, that have travelled with me, that have been with me through hell? They look so different now than they did moments ago, stood ankle-deep in the whitest of snow. Are you a Christmas elf, or a reindeer? Or out of the ice does a snowman appear? A grumpy old Grinch, a nutcracker toy? You're all so confused, but surrounding you is joy. So your character now has a different face, a different body, a different grace. For you're in the world of festivities and fun, and the tricks up my sleeve have only just begun. Did you like my poem?
That was amazing.
That was brilliant.
Absolutely
That
amazing.
bit in the middle, I did start to think this is the Christmas not Halloween one shot, right? Because it started to get spooky.
So first things first, welcome to Cristina from Agents of Damned D&D podcast. Yay. Do you want to tell us about your podcast? Do you want to tell us the socials and everything?
Yeah, so you can find us on Twitter at Agents of D, Agents of Damned on Facebook and Instagram. And so we are basically a group of 3 agents who have joined up with the Department of Agents, maintaining normality and preventing debacles. And we are attempting to keep our jobs and prevent calamities and disasters from occurring in the world of Faerun.
Sounds very
That
cool.
sounds great. I'm definitely going to listen to that. And we also want to do a quick shout out as well to the tokens that Matt Linfield made for us on Hero Forge. They look real cool, but unfortunately you're not going to be using them for a while because you don't have your own faces anymore.
Well.
So like I said, you're not yourself. You're stood in this snow and everything about you does stay the same, except you have changed physically and you have gained some traits. So we're going to start with Christina's character, Nikki. You physically look like a nutcracker toy, except enlarged. You are now 7 feet tall, a slender build, and made of wood. Unfortunately, this means that you are flammable, so you are vulnerable to fire damage. But due to you literally being an animated toy made of wood, you have this magical essence about you, which means you have resistance to magical attacks. and onto Emma's character, Granny, you were a Minotaur, and you're kind of keeping your horns, not really, except now they're antlers because you're a reindeer. So you do have the ability to speak, first of all. You have large antlers and a collar of bells around your neck. Obviously, this means you don't have hands. You have hoofs. But attacks with your antlers do count as magical weapons, and it's 1d8 bludgeoning damage, and it will be the same as your unarmored attack with the pluses and things. But due to your antlers...
Just to check, so Minotaurs have a horn attack that's slightly more than the usual unarmed, so is it still the same?
Same to hits and stuff, but different damage is what she's saying.
So the damage for your antlers will be 1d8 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And obviously add your, I don't know what bonuses you get.
Whatever to hit you've got is the same.
So normally the horns are 1d6 plus 4, but it's just a straight 1d8.
Yeah.
Cool.
And obviously, due to your antlers, you are considered a large creature, and you do find it hard to squeeze through small spaces because your antlers won't like squish down. But you do also, once per long rest, have the ability to fly, although you're not quite sure how to activate it yet. And onto Matt's character, Hickory. You are a Christmas elf. You are about the size of a gnome, and you're wearing shoes that curl up at the toe. You feel overwhelmingly happy constantly, especially when somebody's talking about something festive. And you manage to gain proficiency in all tools, and you have advantage on skill checks when in your toy workshop. And you also have 1 luck point per long rest. But you're wearing really silly clothes, and you are constantly happy, which means you have disadvantage on intimidation, deception, and stealth because, well, you're going to be constantly humming Christmas songs. So you're not
jingling those bells.
And jingling those bells.
What was it that I had advantage on quickly?
I'm going to send it all to you in a minute.
Wonderful.
And onto Liam's character, Trafir. You are now physically a snowman. You don't feel the cold. Yeah, you don't feel the cold, you don't wear clothes, but you do still gain the benefits that you've already got from your armor. You have the same armor class. Okay. You have the ability to make a snowball from your own snow and throw it at a target. This is a magical weapon attack. It's 1d6 cold damage. You also have the ability to regain 1d4 hit points if you roll around in the snow. It is an action to do that. But of course, you don't have feet. So your speed is only 15 foot.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Everything is the same apart from those additions.
Physicality.
Okay.
You are,
that's not too
even
bad.
if you are a different race, like your race isn't reindeer. It's almost like an illusion that you can't seem to break. So you have all of your racial benefits and everything like that. It's just you are limited in what you can do physically. So obviously you can't use your axe because you don't have hands.
Perfect.
But you can still slam your body into things and use your antlers and stuff
Cool.
like that. Wonderful. And hoof someone in the face if you really wanted. Okay, I've sent that in the roll 20. So you're in different bodies. You're standing ankle deep in the snow, and you see the other party members, or who you think are the other party members, standing no more than 20 feet away from you, just looking as confused as you feel. To give you a bit of background, you guys have been traveling together for years. You've just defeated an ancient white dragon on your home plane, and everyone knows you as heroes. You literally had a day of celebrations, and then you went to rest, and this happened. So you are fully rested, but you fought a big fight. So this is a bit of a shock to be all of a sudden thrown into something, but you do know each other very well. And you know each other's skills.
Okay. What is going on? What?
You see some little hands start digging from the snow, and then just this little eyes just poke out, and it's like, I'm not used to being this height. Is this either very, very tall snow or I am very small?
I'm going to say you are very small, and I'm going to start sort of using my nose to sort of move snow away around him. Just sort of.
Oh,
Who are you?
I'm not even using a spell to talk to you right now. What? Hello, little fella. And I just start patting the reindeer on the nose.
That's very nice, dearie, but it's
Oh,
Granny. You don't need to pat me on the nose.
Granny!
Yes.
What are you doing?
I have no idea. I was making some cookies. I ran out, and this.
Well, wait a minute. And I just kind of like look at my hands and I'm like, I'm not furry anymore. There's a bell hanging around my head. Oh, why am I wearing a funny hat? Oh well, I like it.
Nikki kind of looks down and is kind of creaking as wooden existence now, and is like, wow, I'm not used to being quite so tall either. I suppose this is new. Did we eat something we weren't supposed to?
How much do you all remember about last night? Did we eat something strange, or
we drank a lot?
Revenge for killing the dragon, maybe.
Maybe.
Could a dragon do this?
I don't know.
Why would a dragon do this though? I mean, like it's a deer. You're a snowman.
I mean,
you're wood.
Like two of the four of us gained a pretty big aversion to fire.
Oh, you're not wrong there. Not wrong
true.
there.
It might be a strategy, a counterattack. Maybe not even the same dragon. Maybe a new dragon trying to take its place.
Maybe a red dragon in the area heard about our conquests and maybe got a bit of the heebie-jeebies.
You just killed me with heebie-jeebies, man.
Listen, you can't do a Scottish accent, so you can't say anything.
It wasn't the Scottish accent. It was just the
heebie-jeebies. Do one either.
This isn't Scottish.
No.
This is a slight hybrid of Irish and Scottish. I wanted to make it slightly different.
I did notice the swaying in and out, but I wasn't going to mention that.
That could have been accidental.
No, it is not accidental, believe it or not.
Our British accents are ace, Cristina.
Okay. So you are in a forest. And in the thickest snow that you guys have ever seen, and it seems like nothing around you is spectacular apart from yourselves, to be honest, although there is a slightly sweet smell in the air. But after a few moments of speaking to each other, trying to figure out what's going on, you do hear a crunch of snow beneath your feet.
Beneath our feet?
Beneath our feet?
Yeah, and without much time to prepare, much like how you players are probably feeling right now, an enormous icy creature starts to kind of erupt from the snow beneath your feet. You seem to feel yourself slipping off of its body and you fall to the ground. You manage to scramble to your feet as it's taking its time to stand up. And it looks a bit like if your snowman friend had grown massively and got real angry all of a sudden. And it doesn't seem to be very happy that you guys have been talking and waking it up from its nap, and it growls at you. And I'd like you all to roll initiative, please.
Oh, dear.
Oh.
All right.
We're getting straight into it.
Right.
I will move us to the map.
So, Rachel, just a question. In terms of, you said our armor's all the same. Do I have my longbow still?
Yes. If you are able to use it, you do still have it. That's the rule I'm going. So obviously reindeer can't hold an axe, so I'm going to say that you don't have your weapons with you because there's not much point.
Like a wild shape.
Yeah, like a wild shape. But if you can use it, like you can use a longbow because you have, even though they're twigs, they are arms.
I was even thinking I'd flavor it. I'm just going to start shooting twigs at my body.
Okay, sure, I guess. It's Christmas. You can do what you want.
Get festive.
Okay, so what was everybody's initiative? Let's say 20 to 25.
Unnatural 20.
Okay. 15 to 20. Okay. 10 to 15?
Me, 10.
Okay. What did I just do? 5 to 10.
Me, 9.
This is going well.
Superb.
Oh, good fight
And
start.
what did you get?
Yeah, I'm down on 4.
Oh no, Granny!
Wowzers. Granny.
I mean, it makes
know.
sense.
It
Granny's a
does
little bit
make
slower.
sense.
I
Yeah.
know.
Okay,
I'm getting
so...
on a bit. I've got arthritis.
Aw. I am going to reposition
You
you
knew
'cause this is
reindeer
not where
bones.
you are. I just kind of
Yeah.
threw one. What I do need
Oh
to
my
do
god,
quickly...
the pictures you've used for our token.
You should have seen it. I messaged Linfield afterwards, like, can you make me some more with the same border?
It's a tool. It's called Token Tool,
Yeah,
and
you
it's
told me
free
about it now.
download. Yeah, and I use it for all my games, all my Roll20 games.
Oh god, what can I do?
Mm.
I'm genuinely about to turn into a snowman Gatling gun. Legit.
Well, you've also got, like, I would say elf level snowball skills.
Oh no, I know. The snowball's good. I'll use that if it's resistant to the arrows.
So I have specific things that I would normally be able to do with my horns. Can I do those things with my antlers instead?
Yeah, that's why I made
Cool.
you the reindeer, so that you've got those
Thank
things that
you.
mirror.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the idea.
And I probably need to be twice that size if I'm large.
You do.
Oh yes, yes, you're
I
a
forgot. Good.
That's fine.
It's mostly like your body
Whoa,
is medium.
huge.
Whoa.
It's like your body is medium, but your antlers make you big.
I'm so cute.
Rachel, make it
That is-
make it thin and long. Like if it's usually large reindeer are like
No,
large.
I want to be a big fat reindeer.
Emma, if you want to be a big fat reindeer, you get to be a big fat reindeer. It's
squish
Christmas.
skinny one.
You're the
yeah.
same size as the thing we're going up against, so
Yes.
hell yeah.
Granny's gonna deal with the Yeti.
Oh,
whoa,
yes.
okay.
Everybody else run.
It's a very naughty Yeti. It's going to have to be told. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Right.
Well,
Awful good.
So, yeah,
that's the
we-
cutest thing ever.
we are starting our initiative with Hickory.
Hickory dickory dot. Here to play.
I wish that rhymed.
Hickory dickory dot. Let's kill this guy.
Wow.
You're
You're
welcome.
so good at poetry.
Charming.
You know what, let's get sparkly, let's get festive. So Hickory is normally he's used to being his big old furball self. Now he's just in the snow. He just starts smacking his arms on the snow to get a good line of sight. And then he just reaches into what is now a little like elf pouch and just pulls out a handful of glitter and goes, "Oh, this'll work," and casts fairy fire on the guy. Glitter bomb.
Nice.
What do I do with that?
So fairy fire,
Make
you
a
need to do
dex.
a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, good. I'm bad at those. This is massive. Oh, that was a 16.
That fails. My DC is 18, so he is now. All of the glitter just swells in the air and sticks to this big old fluffy boy, and he now
Right.
glows and pulses like a sparkly Christmas tree. And we all now have advantage on attack rolls against him.
Does
Nice.
he take damage?
Brilliant.
No.
No, it's just to give everyone advantage for. Oh god, yeah, that lasts
So
a
wow.
minute.
We're playing with level 14 characters now, guys. We get to
Yeah.
Oh,
real
Yeah.
stretch your legs.
Let's get going, and that'll. You know what? As I am now small and worried, I'm gonna burrow through the snow over towards the log. I'll just move 10 feet that way. This is not normal.
Okay, next it is the giant snowman. Snowman is confused. He's angry. You woke him up from his nap, guys.
He's a
Okay,
snowman.
he is unhappy. So he's gonna come over here and he's gonna just get his big fists and he's gonna go and smack Nikki.
Oh no.
That is not good. It's a 15 to hit.
I think that hits. I think my AC is only 13. So
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Oh dear. Okay, that hits. So damage is. Wowzers. That's 21 points of damage.
Okay.
Whew. And he takes his other
Ouch.
fist and he's gonna put it on the other snowman. Because he doesn't like the snowman. He's
Mm.
like,
I'm the only snow.
Uni snowman.
You're about to feel the pain.
Okay, and I rolled the same thing, a 15.
15 misses me.
Okay, well
Snowman
he
just deflects it.
you just kind of like sink into the
Ninja
snow and you sink back
snowman.
and you come back up and you're like, yeah? What is it? The floor's made
I
of me.
love this so much.
And he's just angry and growling. He screams at the air. Now we have Nikki.
So I think Nikki is going to take his candy cane inspired rapier, and is going to try to hit this guy with a booming blade.
Lovely.
Yes. So. And I think I don't know if it's gonna hit.
You've got
Oh wait,
that
I get
at,
advantage, right?
Yes.
Okay. Nope.
No.
Okay. Unfortunately, that misses. So you strike it, and it does make a dent in the snow, but it seemed to be pretty surface level. You know, just like fresh snow that is kind of stuck to it as he got up from like his snowy bed beneath you. But unfortunately, that does miss.
Guys, I'm not used to moving like this.
You're just very.
You only
wooden.
have one attack.
Yeah, well,
Actually, I think I might have more than one. That's a good question, Jen.
give you
Just
thirsty
for us being
blood.
higher levels, a lot of us
Mhm.
have extras, don't we?
Yes, that's true.
Some of
that's
the
true.
classes never do, though.
Druid.
Yeah.
Okay.
But druid spells are so good. You don't.
Yeah,
need
druids
extra
get
attacks.
powerful with their spells.
I do have an extra attack. That's a good
Yay.
question. Thank
Cool.
you. Okay, well then I'm gonna try hitting him again. We'll see if this works. This
You
time.
still have advantage.
Perfect.
Everyone has advantage for a minute.
Also,
I
on
think
roll
that's gonna
20, if
happen.
you just press the up key, it will do exactly what you just did.
Oh,
Yeah.
Good to know. Okay. Just rolling. Rolling. And rolling.
And rolling.
We're rolling.
We are certainly rolling.
Okay, it says 20, and should I do the second one?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
17.
Nice.
Yeah, they both hit actually, but yes, you hit. Roll
Okay.
damage.
Perfect. Okay. So this is 3d8, and if it can't willingly move, or it will take 1d8 thunder damage if it does.
Nice.
Ooh, nice.
Really nice.
High level booming blade.
Yes.
Rachel, just to be clear, that doesn't affect his attacks or anything. That's movement as
Yeah.
a specific, yeah.
Christina rolled 2 8s. Amazing. 21.
Wonderful.
Oh, brilliant.
Yes, Christina.
I
By
think
any
I've got it
chance,
now,
do you wanna
guys.
just
Never
come-
mind.
You want to just come join our campaign? We need someone who actually rolls consistently well.
There's time. There's still time.
Oh, don't say that.
Okay, is that your turn?
Yes, that's what I can do on this turn, because I don't want to provoke an opportunity attack on this thing.
Okay. Traffic. Next.
So I see the magic go off, and I'm like, oh, nice one, you managed to figure it out. And then I'm just gonna like run away from him. I'm gonna provoke the attack of opportunity.
Good.
My
Smack.
15 foot.
Oh yeah. That is a 13.
13 misses. That was me and Marcel as I just roll along.
It's like you're made of 3 balls of snow, and the bottom one just rolls.
I'm legit.
That's
So funny.
And then I'm gonna so in which case then like the top ball of my body just turns like the whole top of me turns while I'm rolling away, and I'm going
Love
to sharpshooter him 3 times.
Okay. You can use your sharpshooter thing with your snowballs as well.
The sharpshooter snowballs. They're gonna be great.
Oh, this is
So first one. 12 to hit, probably. Oh wait, advantage. Natural 20.
natural 20.
That'll hit. Nice.
Yeah, roll
Nice.
So, because I hit, I inflict favored foe, which means I get to do extra damage, and this foe is marked for me for a minute.
Ooh, okay.
Amazing.
So the 4 will double to 8, the 3 will double to 6, so that is 13, 19, 29.
Ooh, okay.
That's really cool.
So yeah, and literally like it's like the arm, where his arm is, it just flies out and the arm hits him, and then just another one just like whoop, pops out of nowhere, and I'll shoot again.
Oh, okay. Oh my god!
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
That's
Please.
incredible.
Again.
Again with this.
I'm not gonna. I'll roll the second one just in case.
You cannot. You literally
can't
cannot
beat
do
a
better.
No, but also if it had been a 1, that'd have been a nice waste of a 1, right?
That's true.
So 3 doubles to 6, 3 doubles to 6.
27.
27 damage,
Okay.
and I have 1 more shot.
Oh,
Incredible.
That's just brilliant.
yeah, okay,
20
that'll
plus of
hit.
it.
Yeah.
I don't get the
He's not
Rachel's
lasting.
like, no.
20 points of damage.
Jeez, okay.
This snowman literally just popped up and has just been
And then-
And has been killed.
Very deadly
yeah.
snowman.
It's like you when they see the moments when they stood on the hill and the Japanese flag behind them, he's just like a hero on the hill.
Ah.
His samurai fighting class, he just doesn't know how to do it as a snowman yet. I might remove my arm at some point. That's
Yeah. Okay, is that your turn?
that is me, yeah.
Okay, Granny.
Right, okay. Granny is so annoyed at this snowman coming and trying to hurt her friends that she is going to rage.
Oh.
So I'm going to bonus action rage.
Angry
A
reindeer.
raging reindeer.
A raging reindeer. And
do
she
find
snorts
that
and
when-
she pounds at the ground. She's like really annoyed about this.
When you get really angry, your nose starts to glow.
Brilliant.
I love it.
So yeah, she is raging and she is just gonna charge straight up and try and gore this this snowman. Actually, so that's. Do I still have like my 30 feet? Is that still?
Yeah, I think you have 40, don't you?
Oh, hang on. So I was
Yeah,
there, wasn't
I think
I?
you have 40.
Yeah, because
I
you've
do
got
have 40.
unarmored movement as a barbarian, you get plus 10
5,
feet.
10, 15, 20, 25. Would there be flanking? That's
Yes.
30 feet. Cool. Okay. So, although I have advantage anyway, don't I? Because he's all shiny and sparkly.
Yes.
So here we go. Let me work it out. Never played a barbarian, guys, so I'm making this up as I go. So I am going to do a horn attack, which is my that there. And it's rolling really weirdly for me. I don't know why. It's just, but that's advantage. That's 20 to hit.
Mine isn't because I'm typing. I'm
okay.
just doing the typed version.
Right, so yeah, that's a 20 to hit. So that is 7 plus 3, which is 10 damage total. So that's my first attack. And then I just want to check something, because if I gore people, oh no, that's okay. I'm just gonna gore him again. I'm gonna do exactly the same thing. oh, okay, and it did exactly the same thing.
Exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
So another 10 damage. And I'm just gonna say, how dare you try and attack my friends? That's really not very nice.
Oh,
So
Rudolph's
this snowman
naughty
is
list.
actually like, this snowman's actually starting to feel it a bit. And
Starting to
especially
wonder
from
what he's got into.
being told off. Like, he doesn't understand you, but he feels like, oh man, maybe I've done something wrong here. But he's still really angry, so he can't contain that, I'm afraid. So he's still gonna stay quite angry. But yes, it is now. Is that your turn?
It is my turn, thank you.
It's now Hickory's turn.
So while Hickory's running to the log, he just kind of goes, wait a minute, I can still do magic! And he just turns around, and then he's just going to kind of like bury himself in the snow again. And then the snow's going to shift off of him as he's going to wild shape into a polar bear.
Ooh, okay.
Nice.
I'll use brown bear stats because I don't think there are actually...
There is a polar bear, I believe.
Is there actually a polar
I
bear?
don't know if it's within your
Then
CR
I'll-
range.
For the pure thing, I'm just going to be a white brown bear.
Yeah, just use the brown bear. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh,
Except
God.
I feel like
Look at that.
polar bears probably have cold resistance, but
Yeah, that's fine. And then now that I'm a wee bit bigger, I'm gonna run over and give him a multi-claw attack, I believe.
Nice.
I have to get brown bear stats quickly. I really should have done this 2 seconds ago. Here we go. Yeah. So I make 1 bite and 1 claw. So
chomp, scritch.
that's a 21
Nice.
Yep, that
for
hits.
the bite. Oh no! What? Not 1d84, please.
I was wondering.
So I do 44 points of nibble damage.
I'm afraid
hell of
I'm gonna
a
have to say no.
So that's 10 with a 6 plus 4. As polar bear just bites into one of the round balls and just starts clawing, and then brings a claw in. Or whatever. That's what's the thing. And that's only a 12.
That misses, I'm afraid.
Ah, where I've just ripped the chunk out of snow, the claw just passes in the same gap, like.
Yeah. So
So I am probably now around here.
is that your
Wonderful.
turn?
That is my turn. Thank you very much.
So it is now the snowman's turn. It seems to think that the reindeer is bigger and therefore more of a threat, and also it told him off, so he's feeling a bit like, oh, okay, you're not the boss of me. So he's gonna attack the reindeer. He's
Makes
gonna
sense.
Slam.
This is just teen angst in Snowfall.
He rolled a 1 on the first one, so he's really mad.
Oh.
And so he just hits the floor next to you and kind of struggles for a second to get his hand out of the snow. It kind of ices to him, and then he's going to use his other hand to try and get you as well. Ooh, and that is a 28 to hit.
I think that hits just a little bit.
Really? Do you want to check? Okay. That's my rolls are also coming off a bit weird, Emma. And that is 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and he's going
Which
to
is
use
halved
his
because I'm raging.
yes, and he's going to use legendary snowy action to impose some more cold damage on you. So when he hits you, he wants to kind of let the ice seep into you, and you also take 11 cold damage.
Do we round up or round down with damage when I half it?
Round up.
Round up, I
Round
think. I
up.
think it's always in favor of the attacker.
I
Okay.
always round down.
It's
that should
3.5. You definitely used to be round down, but I'm pretty sure they changed it to like always round up unless says otherwise.
So
I'm pretty sure
I'm
this
really
always-
lucky that I have something special that means I half everything, not just non-magical attacks.
Fun.
So yeah.
Somebody
Cool.
planned this.
Oh yes.
Okay, cool. And that is its turn. It feels a bit surrounded right now, so it's not gonna move. But yeah, it is now Nikki's turn.
Okay. So Nikki, kind of getting the swing of actually swinging this candy cane rapier, is going to attempt to hit it again. So we are going to do that again. Okay. And you said I still have advantage,
You
right?
still have advantage, yeah.
We've still got it for another 9 rounds.
Yeah, we're good.
Perfect.
16 just hits.
Okay, sweet. So that'll be another 3d8.
Nice.
Yeah, okay. So as you swing this candy cane rapier into the snowman, you see that the gap you've made starts to, instead of kind of close up with the surrounding snow, it starts to melt, and so does the rest of its body. Starting from its head, it just starts to melt down. It's actually quite a gruesome sight. And this body just melts down, and it's growling, and it melts into the snow. And you're kind of all, if you're right next to it, you're a bit damp now, because it's just like icy water that's on the floor. It's making it all sludgy and not very, not as pretty as it was when you first got hit. But you have defeated the abominable snowman.
Wow.
Yay!
What
Well
was
done,
that? Was that
guys.
it? Are we done? What's that candy cane you're using, Nikki? Like, where did that come from?
I guess it's my rapier now. I'm not quite sure. This is very new, and this is very wet. And
I mean, yeah, he like shoots an arm off into the woods. Like, couldn't do that before.
Does that mean you have to go and find it now?
No, it just pops back out again. I assume I've got a quiver full. I'm counting them down
Oh,
like I've got
excellent.
a quiver of arrows.
You've got a quiver full of
That's
arms.
hilarious.
That's phenomenal.
I
And
love
you know
that.
what? Yeah. Allow it.
I've got 16 left.
You just
That's
I'm just gonna have to collect them up at some point. Like, this one looks good.
you probably just collect them from the woods. It doesn't even have to be your arms, just
No.
sticks.
walks over, breaks off a branch. You'll do.
Yeah.
So you guys finish it, you're covered in, like, your legs are a bit damp and you're holding your weapons. You're still a bit confused. This is all very new. And as you are kind of just looking at the scene before you, you hear some crunching behind you, and a few small humanoids that look a lot like your friend Hickory run up to you as you finish the battle, and they're very shocked at what they see. They first of all look at Hickory like, "Oh wow, you're here!" You know.
I mean, I'm a
we're
polar
here to-"
bear right now.
Oh yeah, ignore that. So they first of all run up and they see all these different things, and they're looking around and they look at the snow and they see your weapons out. You used weapons in the Festive Forest? You're gonna be on the naughty list! And they all start crying and hugging each other, and if you go near them, they back away and like, no, not the naughties, not the naughties. And they're all crying and just
Hickory's
having a
gonna
bad
shift
time.
back into his elf form.
Yeah, Trafford was like, we didn't use any weapons.
Santa's
was-
not gonna be happy with you.
he was a
Not
polar
on
bear.
Christmas.
That's a
we
candy
all worked-
cane.
We all worked so hard for this day, and you're gonna ruin it.
We
Okay.
were nearly killed by
It
a
was-
snowman. Not this one. This one's our friend.
It was a very naughty snowman as well.
The snowman here is so nice. You killed him. Santa's gonna be so upset with you. And I have to point out here as well, you as people have not heard of Christmas, you have not heard of Santa, you don't know what they're going on about, you've never seen people like this, they look kind of like gnomes but not really, and it's all very confusing, but you don't know what Santa is and you don't know what Christmas is.
I would ask then, who is this Santa? Is he a nice person?
Santa's so wonderful, and he kind of wipes his tear and he comes up to you because he likes reindeer, so he comes up. Santa's great. He gave us life, and he gives hope to everyone. But if you're on the naughty list, I don't even want to say it.
I can assure you that I'm never naughty.
I would know. I'm a Christmas elf. Christmas elves know all about the nice people and the naughty people. And we're Santa's elves. He gives us that power. And today's Christmas, and you're ruining it.
So look at me then and tell me, do I look bad to you?
Well, if you killed a snowman, then I think you're naughty.
He attacked us first.
I don't believe you. I think you're lying because you're naughty.
Hickory's gonna come like patting down the snow, still not really knowing what the hell's going on, like kind of looking at them, being like, "Ooh, no, I'll tell you this. I've been wandering with these folks for quite a while, and especially this wonderful reindeer. None of them would ever be naughty. I can tell you that right now."
Why do you sound like that? You look like one of us, but you're not one of us.
He's from the South Pole.
Not the South Pole, elf.
No, not from the South Pole.
Shafir is very like should we just go the way they came? I'm sure we'll find something.
Yeah,
Look, Santa is going to be so mad at you. He's out right now because it's Christmas Day and he's delivering presents and he's really busy. And he like lifts up his very, very ugly Christmas jumper and he looks at his watch and he says, "Well, according to my watch, he is going to be here in about 2 hours, and he does most of his work at night, so that's why he's not here. And if I were you, I'd go back to the South Pole where you belong before he comes back, or he might give you the cold."
I would say that Santa probably puts people who judge other people from different places on the naughty list. That doesn't sound like very good list behavior to me, and that's coming from you. So maybe we'll be fine. Maybe you'll do so much judging that what we did, what I did, it'll just fly. We'll get like a bit of a moldy piece of bread, and you'll get the coal.
Make a persuasion check.
Trying to convince Christmas elves to not be racist.
It's a hard task, but somebody's got to do it. I'm a snowman. I would know these things.
Let me just find the stats quickly. Yeah, you did really well. Yeah, they seem a bit scared, and when you say like you're gonna get the coal, they're like, "No, we gotta go. And maybe we should start working today. I know he gave us the day off." They're talking to each other like, "I know he gave us the day off to have fun, but maybe we should go start working towards next Christmas just so that he thinks that we're good. Should we do that?" And they run off. They run off and obviously quite scared of you. And they run off very quickly. They've got very little legs, but very, very quick in the snow. A lot quicker than you have been.
How do you do that? I don't got little legs.
So now that they run off very quickly and it's just very quiet in the snowy forest. And you do smell that sweet smell that you smelled earlier, and it is getting a bit stronger. It seems to be coming from a different direction to the way that the elves just ran off. But you can smell it.
Turn to the group and say, what do you reckon all this Christmas and these guys are weird. Are they drunk? Are we drunk? What is happening?
And,
I mean,
who is this Santa? And I can't decide if this Santa is a good person or not.
By the sounds of everything they've said, there's this Santa individual who judges other people. These little folk, he gave them life. So I'd say this is a cult. This is definitely a cult. He goes around once a year delivering his gifts. This is definitely a cult.
And did you think that, I mean, they could be charmed?
Exactly.
They could be under some kind of spell that makes them think he's wonderful, even when he says they're naughty and punishes them?
Santa. Does that sound like any like infernal or abyssal? Does anyone? Oh, Santa.
Not that I know of.
What is it backwards?
Atanas?
Atans.
Atnas.
Oh,
Hmm.
you've cracked it.
Atanas.
Time to ruin Christmas for
We're searching
all.
for an Atnas. Yeah, I mean, I suppose I'm still a little confused, but we should probably just head towards town. Maybe somebody could help us. It smells
gonna
pretty
lie,
nice
that
over
smell.
that way.
But what does it smell of? When you say it's sweet, is it like perfume or food, or like what's the?
It smells like food, although you don't know the smell. You've not smelled anything like this before.
Okay.
You smell it and your tummy goes,
And the elves ran off in one direction, and this smell seems to be coming from a different direction.
Okay.
Well, it sounds like we have a couple of hours anyway before this Santa individual turns up. Maybe we should explore a bit.
Yeah, try to figure out where exactly we all are. This isn't where
and
we
how
went.
to get home.
Yes.
Yes, maybe not as a snowman though.
Although
this
you were
is
pretty lethal.
I'm always lethal.
So, okay. You, yeah. So
Deadliest
you're kind of
snowman.
just standing in this sludgy snow. You can either follow, where
Follow
the elves
towards
went,
the
or you
smell, I
can
think.
go towards the
I
smell.
would maybe Great Granny, has that reindeer body maybe made you any better at smelling? Maybe
I
we
don't
can-
know. I can try. Although my sense of smell when it comes to sweet things is fairly is fairly good anyway.
The only other option is to follow the tracks left by the little elves.
They went in another way though, didn't they?
They
Yeah.
did, but they clearly went. They said they went to work, so maybe this the cult's workshop is that way.
Maybe. Can I do a perception check, Rachel? Can I see if I can sort of smell exactly which way this is coming from?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Nice.
25.
Yeah. So you start to kind of pick out actually some very specific almost scents within this smell. You can smell cinnamon. It smells like a bit like your cookies you were baking earlier, although there's something in there that you don't recognize. It smells very sweet and nice. With that perception, you can also smell something a little bit foul. You're not entirely sure what it is, but it's almost like a separate smell. Feels like the nice smell is closer than the horrible one. But there is a tiny bit of a bad smell in the air as well. But it seems to be coming from north.
I will share that with everyone and say, let's go ahead, but maybe we should be careful.
So yeah, you start to walk. Can you make
You're muted, Liam.
I was just agreeing.
Okay. Can you make a survival check just to make sure that you guys can follow it? Okay.
All of us,
one of
or
you.
one
One
of
of
us?
you, whoever's leading.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I just clicked on that.
That's
But if
okay.
someone else wants to lead,
you would have been leading.
yeah. So it's only a 10, I'm afraid.
I would be stealthing. If he's going to be testing how a snowman can stealth in snow.
Okay. Fairly easily because it's just snow on snow.
Exactly. And I have a plus 15. And I have a plus 15. So
Okay.
Wow.
that's an awful roll.
Yeah.
But
It's
still
a
an
good
18.
job you had a plus 15.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
are
For real.
a very stealthy snowman right now. You blend
He just
in.
can't help but grinning. He's just like the happiest looking snowman ever.
Yeah, you are. You're blending in. You're moving very quietly. It's great. The only thing that slightly maybe gives you away is your orange carrot nose. But yeah, you're on your way. It takes you a while to get, like, you keep losing trace of the smell, but because you rolled so well earlier when you smelled it, you do manage to find your way back to it. It just takes a while, and you keep going off track. You eventually come across a house, and it smells strongly. You can all smell it really well now. It's made of what us players would recognize as gingerbread. And inside you can just hear some terrible singing. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we no place to go, let us know, let us know, let us know. And you can
Like,
just hear this.
Even though Hickory doesn't know the song, he somehow starts singing along.
You do, and you know it. And you can peer through the window of this house that's just it's very pretty. This house is gorgeous from the outside. It's this just pastry cake thing, biscuit that has been made into a house, and it's huge and amazing. And you look through the window and you see something very strange. You see a stove, and cooking over this stove is a large green hairy man who, when you kind of peek into the window that's a little bit open, you can smell whatever he's cooking, or maybe it's him, smells awful. And this house seems to kind of cover it up almost, because the house smells lovely, but his cooking and him smells so bad. And he is he's singing really badly.
I'm going to turn it to everyone and sort of whisper and like, this looks odd. This man really can't cook very well.
As you say that, he turns around and looks at the window and he says,
Oops.
my cooking is amazing. And he just like clicks his fingers and the windows slam shut, and the door, you hear it tighten and lock. And you can hear it really muffled now, like only a little bit, but every now and again he stops and like you can hear heavy breathing by the window, like he's listening, and then he'll go back.
People here are so weird.
It's a good song,
Yes.
though. Apparently, I know the lyrics. Oh, the weather outside is so weather. The fire is so fire.
Is there only his voice singing? There's no one
Yes.
else's. Okay.
And it seems to be the only house in this area as well. It's a small clearing with no trees in it. And it's the only house. You can see smoke coming out of the chimney from where he's cooking. Luckily, now that the windows are closed, the horrible smell is less noticeable. Yeah, what are you doing?
You don't think this is Santa, do you?
They said that he was away delivering presents, so I don't think
Yeah.
so.
Do you think he might be able to give us some information about where we are, or what this place is, or why we're all different? Like,
Might be a
I
good
don't-
idea, Nikki.
Maybe. I'm going to stay hidden over here, and I'll just sort of shuffle my way back, and then like strike the pose.
Yeah, basically you really every now and again you do just see inanimate snowmen, so it's actually really realistic when you just kind of roll back a bit and you just and that's it. And you just kind of stay there.
And I'll watch from here while you guys.
I'm waiting for the time
Okay.
later in which we walk up to a different snowman. Come on, buddy, and he just starts following us. And we're like half an hour goes by, and we're like, "Wait, you're not."
Granny's gonna say, I don't think I should talk to this person. Firstly, he really isn't a very good cook. And secondly, I think I might have insulted him.
Maybe.
absolutely.
I'm gonna go and sort of not try to hide behind Liam, but I'm gonna go and like stand behind him as if somehow I'll be less visible. So I'm obviously visible.
Obviously there.
behind.
This
Yeah.
snowman now has antlers.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool looking snowman.
Okay, so who is gonna attempt to talk to this person then?
I'll go over to the door and rap on it, and it definitely makes sort of like a little like a little like drummer boy style beat. Nikki's like, why am I? That's weird.
That's
Yeah,
brilliant. I like that.
He says, nope, no visitors today. No, sorry.
But you see, we're not familiar with this area, and we're very confused, and we're just trying to find some information, please.
Can you make a persuasion check for me, please?
Yes. Okay. 12.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be real with you, Christina. He rolled a 1. So you basically, as soon as you say we're not familiar with this area, you instantly hear a thing unlock, and you say, "We just want some information." Another one unlocks, and he unlocks them, and he just kind of peeks through, and you see this beady green eye poking through with his hairy face. What do you want to know? What do you mean that you're not from this area? Where are you from?
I'm sorry. What was the name out of character? What was the name of the land that we are actually like familiar with?
Good question.
Somebody ask you about names.
Can I do the Chris? Great DM.
Okay.
Hey,
I wrote
yes.
you guys a poem. I don't need to name the realm.
Sorry,
I wrote you a poem.
You could make it Faerun for ease.
Yeah,
it
it's
Faerun.
fair. Why not? Yeah, sure, it's
Faerun,
Faerun. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Well, we're from an area known as Faerun, and this area is different to us, and we aren't normally looking like this. We don't even know what any of this is. What is Christmas? What is Santa? What is all of this?
What are we? That's also another
What
question.
are we? Yes. Good
And
question.
as soon as you say Faerun, his eyes light up, and he opens the door a bit more and says, "Fine. I will let you in and I will answer your questions, only if you can answer me one riddle.
Oh no.
Where
Okay.
would you find reindeer?"
Oh, from behind, you just hear very quiet. There's one over here.
And he's just
Granny
putting his
pokes
face
her
like,
head
as
out the
he's-
side, and it's like she sort of lifts one paw.
He's just staring directly at Nikki like,
Is this a riddle or was it a question? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
as soon as
there's
you
a
like leave, if you leave like a gap where you guys are just staring at him, he just goes, "It depends where you left them." Ha ha. Okay, haha. Not everything around
Oh,
here is
no,
as
the
clever as
Christmas-
you
Oh, no.
think.
The Christmas
Fact.
cracker jokes.
In fact, quite the opposite. So I will invite you inside on one condition, that you may not call me mad. All visitors seem to call me mad, and I do not take kindly to it, no sirree. Not that I have many visitors, mind you. And he just comes inside. This smell of like bad fish just kind of hits you as he opens the door properly. And he leaves the door open as he wanders back over to the stove and starts stirring. And he puts his apron back on. It's like frilly and pink. It's real cute. And he's stirring it.
Hickory just starts kind of like looking around the house and going, "You don't have any worry about us calling you any names. We were just called naughty because of where we come from."
Ha, well, yes. Well, I was like you once, all confused. I bet you did something really bad to annoy Santa and to get yourself into these mess.
We killed a snowman.
Well, I meant to get you here. You probably did something to annoy him for you to be here at all. He's a jolly old man, but his tensions aren't quite as sweet as he tries to let it seem.
Out of game, did we get in a bar fight with Santa?
God, did one of us just knock out Santa?
Oh no.
The barbarians just kind of having flashbacks to this like jolly fat red man being like, "Oh,
Maybe Granny stole his mince pie. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
Traffic comes in, he'll leave his nose outside.
and actually, Granny's going to put her nose in, but leave the rest of her outside.
Yeah, that's fair. The door will not fit your antlers unless you really try and maneuver it.
When she sees his apron, she is going to say, "Oh, I've got one just like that."
Okay. And he just keeps stirring. And he says, "Yes, well, Santa, have you met him yet? Or is he not back from his delivering of presents?"
The weird little snow creatures said that he is gone for the next couple of hours.
Those will be the elves. They're a pain. And he looks at Hickory and says, sorry.
I am not an elf. Elves are a lot different to what I look like now. Elves are normally quite tall, pointy, very similar.
Christmas elves are very different, my friend. They are small and cheery and very annoying. See, I used to be like you. I would help people. I would protect people, but I did something against Santa's plan, and now I'm... well, this.
Hickory's smiling.
You don't mean the dragon? Does Santa like dragons?
I'm not sure. To be quite honest, I've never met a dragon myself, nor has he ever mentioned one, not that I tend to spend much time with him. In fact, the only time I've spent with him, I've been trying to defeat him, many times in fact. I have tried to fight him in the hopes of getting home, but I'm afraid I have always failed, and he banishes me back to this stupid, disgusting smelling cottage.
Where
So
are
it
you
is a
from?
cult.
Yeah, where are you from?
I'm from Faerun. I'm from where you're from, I think. I'm not sure if we're from the same place, but... well, I came here, I'm not sure how long ago. But I must have done something to annoy him. It's been a long time now. In fact, I've been spending some time trying to create something to destroy Santa. He is not as jolly as you would think. I've been trying to create some interesting and powerful items in my time here, and although they didn't work for me, I suppose, well, I think your only hope of getting back is probably to defeat him. So perhaps these items could work for you. And I could give them to you. But I'm not one for giving Christmas gifts. So I will have to give them to you on a condition. You must retrieve something for me from the workshop where those blasted elves reside.
That could be done.
What is it?
They took my dog, Max. They said he deserved a better home with someone on the nice list. Pah! Their heads are full of yellow snow if they think I'm not the best owner for him. We've been together since, well, forever. Bring him home to me, and I will give you some very powerful items that will surely help you to defeat that holly jolly Santa.
The more we hear about these elves, the more it sounds like they're the ones that should be on some whatever naughty list there is.
That doesn't sound very nice to take a dog away.
It was not nice of them to take my dog away. Max was my only friend. I suppose it was Santa's one nice thing he did for me, allowing Max to come with me when he brought me to this horrible, horrible cold place. But yes, go and retrieve him for me, and I will give you these things. Go, at once!
Well, by the way, I love the song you were singing. It's very, very catchy.
Yeah, they are very catchy. You will hear a lot of that in the workshop, I'm sure.
I don't know why, but I know the lyrics.
I think that's a side effect of the pointy shoes.
See, once again, more of a cult. I am cursed to know these lyrics.
Away with you! Go and find my dog.
Okay.
Very well.
Workshop is south of here?
I'll back out. Yeah, I'll back out and let everybody else out.
Back the way we came. If we head back, we could try go direct, but if we head back to where we were and then follow... It isn't snowing right now, right?
It's always snowing a bit.
Okay, well, the tracks are probably a little covered now, but we're pretty good at tracking. I'm sure we can find them, and they seemed like they're probably not going to put up much of a fight.
Can you make a survival check to get back, please? Whoever's leading.
Yes, I will either aid or I can do it. I don't know.
I'll aid you, Liam.
Okie dokes. 13.
Okay, again, it takes you a little bit of time because, yeah, the snow has kind of covered the tracks at this point. And, yeah, you managed to find your way back eventually. It's a little bit harder without the smell there to guide you. But once you get back to where you had this fight and then you followed the tracks that the elves elves left when they ran off, it does do happen upon the workshop fairly quickly. It is a rather large workshop. It seems to be made of wood. It's again, smells quite nice, a bit pepperminty. There's some candy canes kind of sticking out of the floor, giant candy canes, and it looks very nice. There's a stable with some other reindeer that are kind of munching on some carrots and things. And there are a few elves playing outside, just throwing snowballs at each other. And there are also there's some noise coming from the workshop. But basically, as soon as you approach the outskirts of this, so you're still kind of hidden within the tree line, you do see that the elves, there's a lot of elves coming out. The noise of like hitting seems to end, and out they come, and they start to throw snowballs at each other, and a few people sit down and have hot chocolates and stuff on these benches outside. You don't hear a lot of movement from indoors, but a lot of elves outside.
Hickory kind of like leans over to sorry, what's Liam? What's your character's name? It's gone from my mind.
Traffic.
He kind of like leans over to Traffic, kind of like looks at the snow body, and just kind of goes, "Now's your moment. Take them out."
Look at his eyes like
a friendly snowball accident.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I was just about to ask: Are we going in? Raid style, or
it's not very nice to kill people if they've not hit us first. I've told you this before.
I didn't necessarily mean kill. I'm just saying, are we being loud or quiet about it?
I think there are quite a lot of them. I think perhaps if we could sneak in and at least find where this dog is,
or at least move in with them.
I was going to suggest something maybe because they're all outside right now, yeah. And the reindeer we can see from here.
Mm-hmm. They're in a stable though, like behind a wooden thing, like their heads are poking out essentially.
Maybe
so they're sort of locked up.
Maybe if sorry, I beat you. Your name's gone as well.
Hickory.
You think that would be easy to remember? Hickory, if you pretend like you're penning up Granny, maybe their reindeer can talk. Maybe that's just a thing.
Even if they can't, I can talk to them. You know that.
So
and we can maybe see if they've seen a dog.
But also, that's a good idea. What if I wandered around as if I'd got loose, and I could distract some of them? They could be trying to catch me.
I think especially for later. I want to know where the dog is first. The dog might be. It might. We don't know. Could be anywhere. The temptation to go and destroy some Christmas elves at snowball fights is there. You know, so I'm gonna let you know, Rachel. If I do, it won't be rolled or anything. But when there's groups of small enemies, I get an additional attack. Just so
of course you do.
You pick up a bigger snowball and
just throw your own head at them, and then the
horde breaker ability. If I make a weapon attack and there's something stood 5 foot next to it, I get to attack that for free. So 4 attacks around if there's lots of them.
Oh wow!
So the snowball arms are like winding up, ready. But I'll save that. I'll save that for when we're going in hard. It'll freeze for now.
So in order to get to the reindeer, would we have to basically sneak by these elves? Like there's too many of them currently to correctly get to the reindeer without them noticing us.
The reindeer are kind of to the side. It would be tricky to get there, but if you stealth, there's not like any elves with them right now. They tend to be focused on themselves, but it would take some sneaking. Case,
I can do a thing, and so I don't. Normally, he would click his fingers and cast Pass Without Trace, and we would get like a leafy, earthy camouflage. But for some reason, in this world, everyone suddenly gets covered in more snow. Any really bright colours on them suddenly get white, and everyone will get a +10 to their stealth rolls for the next hour.
Sweet.
That's good. Okay, let's do it then.
And then I'm going to stay stealth here, and I will run interference if the elves notice.
Okay. I'm going to say if anything happens, I am just going to start running around as if I am one of their reindeer and just see if I can cause some chaos.
I'm sorry, did you just roll a 44 on stealth?
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. Why on earth did I let you be level 14?
So that's a 28 for Granny.
Okay,
Oh
and
God.
Snow.
oh,
Nice.
so that's a 24 for Hickory.
Is
We're
that
on it.
not a 30?
No, because I'm at disadvantage because I hum and sing Christmas songs as a Christmas elf.
That is true.
All my jingle bells are going everywhere, but for this one, I'm like really managing to like bite my lip, hold the
That's-
bell, and I'm like,
That's what the Pass Without Trace did for you. The snow just clogged up your bell.
yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you guys, where are you sneaking to? The reindeer pen or in the
So I
law?
think me and
think so.
Hickory were heading to the reindeer pen as
Yeah,
if
I'm
Hickory
kind of
was
like-
leading me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
making it look like I'm leading the reindeer, being
And
like,
if,
come on.
I
this
think
way."
Nikki, if you go to cover them, because I'm like, I'll stay on the hill watching the snowball fight and just keep an eye, bird's eye view.
Yeah, so you guys will wander over just like, if in any way actually your humming helps, it makes you blend in more in this situation.
Yes.
So you're kind of walking and nobody seems to take any notice of you. You're just an elf who's putting a reindeer back. You seem to get over to the reindeer pen very, very easily. It's to the right of the workshop, so you have to, the entrance is probably a little curve about 20 feet away.
Should we have a quick little peek around everywhere? Make sure at least like there's nothing that's going to get in our way.
Can we look in the pens where the reindeer are in case they've put the dog in there?
Yeah,
good
you
thinking.
can have a look in there, but it's fairly easy to tell. The pens are quite small, although there are quite a lot of them, and a lot of them are empty at the moment. There's a few reindeer still here, but a lot of the pens are empty, but there seems to be nothing in there apart from food and water.
Can we head over to... Are there windows in this workshop?
Yeah, there's a few windows.
Could we maybe try to head around the side of the workshop, just as if we're just going for a walk and sort of look in through the windows rather than just heading straight in?
Yeah, so you have a look at the windows and they do open as they're kind of frosted over a bit, but you peek in and you see that there's not any visible elves in there at the moment, or there's just a lot of tables and tools lying about, a couple of half-made toys or toys that need fixing on the side of these workbenches, but you can't see anyone in there at the moment.
Are there any pictures on the walls, like memorials or any kind of like big canvases of like Santa or this figure that we've kind of been told about, just so we can get an idea of what this entity looks like?
Not
Maybe
really,
a stained glass window.
considering how almost how amazing the outside of this workshop looks. It looks like something out of a fairy tale. The inside looks a bit dingy. That it's kind of dim light. The tools are a bit messy. I don't want to say sweatshop vibes.
I was going to say, does Santa have a sweatshop? Oh no.
Yeah. Kind of sweatshop vibes.
You're ruining Matt's whole Christmas vibe. He's like,
Oh god, this is dear.
Okay.
so yeah, I'm just going to whisper to Hickory, maybe you and Nikki should sneak in and I'll keep watch.
Might be a good idea. Or we can, if we get caught, I can always say that I'm maybe trying to fix a rusty hinge on Nikki.
Yes.
He kind of like Hickory kind of like looks into the workshop, sees all these tools, and then just suddenly starts going, "Why do I know how to use every single one of them?"
I just suddenly thought him and Nikki are creeping in, and he's like here, and
Yeah, I was
He's
about
so
to say
tall.
the only people
Giant
that could
knuckle.
actually the only people that could actually fit through this window are Traffit and Hickory. Unfortunately, Nikki is too tall and very wooden and won't be able to slip through. And I mean, Granny has antlers.
That shouldn't be too much of a problem getting you through the door. I can always shrink you down with a polymorph if you like.
Well, which way do you want to go through the window, or do you want to just walk in as if you belong there?
This is true. We
We
can
did
just be
look in the
confident.
door, and the door is two double doors. So if Nikki bent down, Nikki could get in. But Granny could also, like, at an angle get in.
Squeeze, yeah.
Yeah, it would be
Okay.
it'd be a tight fit, but you could all get in the door.
I'm thinking a reindeer walking into there is probably less. I don't know. I know we're stealthing as well, but that's going to be less normal, isn't it, than an elf creeping in.
Imagine if I just kind of broke the game again and just polymorphed like Granny back to their Minotaur body and just be like, right, just for now.
Ooh.
That's
with my rollers in and my pinny and everything.
That's
yeah,
an
that's
interesting
great.
thought for later if we need the app.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just going to sort of nudge you with my nose, like almost like, go on.
Oh,
you go.
okay, right, I'm kind of like trying to remember what the other elves sound like because they really pointed out my voice. So I'm just gonna be like, right, this way. Apparently,
Yeah, are you going through the window or the door?
we'll go through the door. We'll go through the door.
Who's coming with you? Is it just you, or is it like
Me
a
and
reindeer
Nikki, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, so the tall Nutcracker is walking with an elf through the front door. I mean, you're stealthing really well, which is really strange. And I'm trying to think of a way of how this, because physically they would be like, oh, look, an elf walking into the workshop, normal. Oh, look, a giant Nutcracker walking into the workshop. Wait, a what?
So Nikki's maybe almost moving like a Nutcracker toy, just like more of like the robotic almost like, but also
Okay.
dancing. So almost like a toy maybe, but he's not
Like a
sure
stu-
why he's suddenly moving like that.
Like a
I would
super
say-
complicated toy that needs fixing.
Yeah, I would say that like with your stealth rolls as a group, I would say that with that addition, you do manage to make it in there. You'd get a few looks and maybe Hickory just says, oh, you know, something I'm working on, maybe it'll be a hit next Christmas, and they're like, oh yeah, good idea, let's know how that goes.
If anybody moves to talk to them, they're just hit with a snowball.
You're like, where did I come from? Yeah, and you do manage to make it in. You do get questioned a little bit, but you manage to talk it off. Just mostly because you've got this combination of fitting in really well and also the kind of robot walk. But yeah, the two of you managed to make it in. Also, I want to say your snowballs are really powerful and these guys are super weak. So when you hit them with snowballs, they're like, wait, what are you doing? And they get hit in the back of the head and they just fall down.
Immediately, Hickory's just there like pushing the snow over the unconscious
They'd be
body.
non-lethal, but they would be sharpshooted as well. So it definitely does.
Yeah. So like they
why are
fully just get
we
hit, like, in the back.
sniping elves? Why are we just top of a tower like, and that's an elf?
This is
that's
the
an elf.
best. This is the best practice I've had in months.
Yeah. Yeah, and you two managed to make it in. So you see these these dingy workbenches. There's dim candlelight in here, but no people that you can see.
Right, where would they keep a dog, Nikki? I don't.
Can you just bark at it and see if it shows up?
Oh, yeah. I forget. Although I'm this, as a original furbolg, I have the ability to what's it called?
Speak with animals?
It's speech of beast and leaf. So I can communicate and like basically I can talk to animals, but I can't understand what they say unless I obviously use the spell. Yeah. So I'm just gonna start being like oh god, what was the name? I've forgotten the name of the dog. How have I forgotten the name of the dog? Max, that's it. Thank you, Nikki. Oh, I'm under a lot of pressure. Max, if you're here, can you give me a little bit of a bark or a howl? Anything? Max? Hello? Anyone?
Nope. You don't hear anything.
All right.
Okay. Do you want to see if we go any further if there's anything else that we find, or should we just try to get back with the rest of them?
Let's maybe have a little bit of a walk around. There might be something that we don't notice.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys can make investigation checks to have a look around.
Okay. Let's see.
15 for Hickory.
For Nikki, that is intimidation, not investigation. That is the wrong number.
We're going to scare our way into information.
18.
Nice.
Yeah, so you
Very
guys
good.
have a look around. You find some shiny buttons, some really strong glue, and yeah, a lot of wrapping paper. So much wrapping paper and tape, and not the
Hickory's
recyclable
going to
kind
pick up
either.
a few of the buttons and like maybe a small little pot of the glue and just kind of pocket them and be like, these might come in handy.
And yeah, you don't see a lot in here. This is the only room at the moment, although the building on the outside did look a lot bigger. You can't see any other doors or anything outside of this.
I'm gonna quickly, as another Furbolg thing, I'm just gonna quickly throw out a detect magic.
Okay.
Mm,
Whilst
good
you're
idea.
doing that, I'm going to say as well. While the two of you outside, basically a couple of elves are heading towards the reindeer pen. Are you okay? Someone on fire in your house?
The fire alarm, the smoke detector in our house is very sensitive. You open the oven and it goes off. So I'm gonna mute for a second.
Great. Okay. So what was this? So whilst
They're heading towards the reindeer enclosure.
yeah, so there's a couple of elves that are heading towards the reindeer stables. Obviously, Granny, you don't see this, but Traffic, you do see this happening. And they do start to kind of speak to the reindeer and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry you didn't get chosen to go with Santa this year, but maybe next time." And they just have a walk around. Once they're done feeding them and stuff, they do start to walk around it towards where you did see Granny and where you did see Granny go. You didn't see Granny come back. And Granny, you do start to hear voices coming towards you. It's just a couple of elves. It's like 3 of them coming in your direction.
I would throw a snowball next to Granny, like full force, like a baseball just hit the
You
wall
can't
next to
see
her.
Granny at the moment because the way that she is like the stable's on the side of the thing and she's behind it.
So if
Okay.
I hear them coming, I'm gonna try and so I'm like behind the stables, or am I still next to the workshop?
You're both. You're next to the workshop
Okay.
and behind the stables. It's kind of
So-
like on the front of it. It's
I'm
like
edging towards the stables because I'm really slow. I'm like, because if I'm stealthing as well, I'm half speed, so I'm moving at like 8 foot around right now. So I'm like
Yeah.
crawling
If they're
away.
coming around that way, I would probably just start moving away from them, still trying to be quite quiet, but sticking close to the wall of the workshop as if I'm going to go around the outside, around the perimeter.
Mhm. And you're
but sort of trying to be careful, trying to be slow. And if they do spot me, I'm just going to pretend to be a normal reindeer.
okay,
So-
yeah. I mean, you're only a little bit faster than them. They're not in any particular rush, but they do walk around and they kind of see you and they say, "Hey, did one of the reindeer get loose?" And one of them will run up and try and catch up with you, and eventually does.
Okay.
You kind of make it around the back of the building before he does catch up with you, and he kind of grabs you and says, "You don't even have your reins on you. Oh,
I'm
who
going to
left
sort
their
of,
pen open?"
like like I can't do it right now, but you know what I mean. And I'm going to start, that thing, and and sort of like nuzzle, like horses do when they sort of push the nose into your shoulder. I'm going to sort of do that to him.
And they're like, "Oh, you try and be nice to me. You escaped. That's bad. That's naughty."
I'm going to put my head on one side and sort of give it like puppy eyes, like.
Fine, I forgive you, but only because it's Christmas. And he's going to start leading you back towards the stables.
How has he got hold of me right now? By the
Just
I mean,
kind
he's
of
only
leading
little, isn't he?
you. Yeah, he's leading you by like the leg, basically. Just kind of has a hand on you. Isn't like dragging you, but expects you to walk with him.
Okay, I'm gonna do that that thing that Liam did again, and then I'm gonna start sort of prancing as if I'm playing, and I'm almost gonna start running around. You've got a dog, haven't you, Rachel? So you know how they sort of out like that. I'm gonna sort of like jump around in circles a little bit, and just sort of kick up some snow as if I'm playing, and sort of like run around in circles behind the workshop. while
it
I'm
takes a
doing
minute,
this,
and he's got his hands on his hips, and he
yeah,
just starts to join in. He's like, "Okay, you want to play?" And the other two come over and start joining in. They're like chasing you and having a good
I'm just going to
time.
keep them busy. I do want to have a look at the back of the workshop though, so I want to see if there's any other doors, any other windows, or anything else around that back end of the building.
There is another door. Another
Okay.
double doors. There are no windows.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just sort of scouting out with the hope that I can tell these guys when I catch back up with them.
Yeah.
Once I get to the stable and I can see she sort of got it handled, I will like wave at her and then just like freeze there so she knows I'm there.
Yeah, that's fairly easy to see. Because you recognize.
Snowman just like pop out.
Yeah, and you managed to keep them distracted. So you, Hickory, you casted detect magic, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
So
yeah. 60 feet just around if anything's magical, it glows. I'm guessing kind of everything in a small
everything's
way.
magical.
Oh
it's
no.
the North Pole.
My eyes. Oh, that's bright. Oh dear. Oh, wow.
Everything's magical. The elves are magical. You are magical. Your wood friend is magical.
No.
The toys, the tools, everything is sustained by magic here. Nothing.
I'm gonna be seeing sparkles in front of my eyes for days after this, I can tell.
Yeah.
Okay, with the 7 feet of ridiculousness that Nikki is right now, are there any like books or paintings or anything that maybe look like they have, markings about them that would indicate like a trap door kind of situation where if you pull on it or you move it, it opens something?
To be honest, there's not anything personal here. There's nothing on the walls. There's no bookshelves or anything. It is just workbenches and stools and tools. There is some leftover wrapping paper. A lot of the stuff looks like they've not made much today. And a couple of things have been made, obviously, from where they came in and thought we need to get started for next year because otherwise Santa's going to be mad at us. But apart from that, there's like 4 presents that have been completed and maybe a couple that have been started. But yeah, no, apart from that, no personal stuff.
On a similar question, kind of wavelength there, is there anything that's quite obviously placed out of reach of elf height? Almost like, this is something that Santa exclusively is allowed to reach for kind of thing. Is that obviously Nikki can reach and I can't?
There is no trace of anything that is too tall for elves. Everything is within elf distance in this room. The only thing that would indicate that something bigger comes in here is the door size. In that it's, for medium creatures.
What about directly up? Like if I just like look straight up, is there a roof or is it like a balcony and like almost like a tower kind of thing? Does it go up?
A ceiling. Make a perception check for me.
Oh, wonderful. I'm good with these. My passive perception's 25, so.
Oh, good.
Wow.
Nice.
That's a 22.
So you look up and you don't see it above you, but over in one of the corners, there is a square that looks slightly lowered, but it doesn't have a handle. It doesn't look like a trapdoor. You don't know what it is, but it looks like something because it's not got a handle. It's not like a loft where it's got like something to grab. There is none of that. Yeah. It's just slightly lower.
Nikki, do you see that slight little square up there?
Nikki like only slightly inclines his head and he's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's within your reach, actually. You can reach the ceiling.
Okay. I guess I go to reach it.
You do. You touch it, you prod it, you try and grab it, and you can't figure out what it does or what it is, but it doesn't seem to move or anything, even though you're kind of doing all these different things with it.
Is there anything around the sides of it, like maybe a button, or is it just a straight push?
You check for a button. There doesn't seem to be one. You push it, nothing happens.
The interior decorator around here is very peculiar.
Very, very, very strange, yes. Are there more rooms than the one that we're in inside where we're at, or would we have to go back outside to get to anything else?
You can't see any other way you would get into another room in here, although the outside building looked bigger than this room.
Okay.
So
So I
you know
think
there
we
must be
probably-
something. There is at least another floor above you, and there is something to the left, to the left-hand side of the building, but you can't figure it out really because it's not you don't know how to get in there. And those areas, like the floor above and the room to the left, you did kind of notice before, I'd say with your perception checks, you probably noticed before you came in that there weren't any windows.
Okay. The material of this weird square in this room, does it feel stabbable?
It feels like ceiling, normal ceiling, regular ceiling.
Candy cane it.
I think I would like to try to stab the ceiling and break it in that
Okay.
spot that is lower.
You can attempt to stab the ceiling.
Okay.
I love that with the candy cane.
Zorro, it just like
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, that's the right one. 21.
noise.
Yeah, I mean, you stab the ceiling and it goes through in the ceiling. You have successfully stabbed the ceiling.
Let's go of the candy cane rapier, and it's just stuck in the ceiling. Like,
Yeah, it's just stuck in the ceiling.
I mean, we've now confirmed it's not a monster.
It's
Well,
not some giant mimic.
Where I was going with that was to try to see if it looks like the section of that ceiling has like you know how like there's those vents in movies for the AC and it almost looks like it leads to somewhere. That's what I was trying to investigate.
You're trying to make a hole in it rather than just stabbing it.
You stab it and then you take it out to try and see if there's a hole that you can look through, and as you do, the ceiling closes up in the hole that you created.
Ooh.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's very interesting.
Right.
Have you ever seen anything like that?
Only in monsters, not with ceilings.
Oh.
Sometimes a vampire, you give him a good nick and it just closes up, but not with a roof before. Strange.
Very.
So we're just going to cut to back outside at this point. You've been playing around with them. They seem to get a bit tired. Oh, okay, now it's time to go back to the stable. Okay, you need to rest, and tries to lead you back.
When she's being led back, I'm just gonna give a thumbs up to Granny coming towards us. But I want to the workshop
before
bit
you do that, Liam.
Because where the workshop bit is where Matt and Cristina are. You see, there was windows through to that from where they're playing snowballs.
There is a window on the side, 2 windows on the front, and a door. And there's no window on the side. There is no windows on the back, but there are double doors on the back.
So I was going to say, as they start to come towards me to lead me back, I'm just going to run in the direction of Trafir. So I'm heading in the direction they want me to go, but I'm not waiting for them to lead me. I'm going to run.
Okay.
And as I run past Trafir in his pose, I'm just going to go, doors at the back, and then I'm going to carry on running around that area, so they're going to have to chase me effectively and come and get me there.
Yeah, so you successfully do that. They're chasing after you, and by the time that you get around the front, they're shouting like, wait, catch the reindeer, catch the reindeer. And a lot of them start chasing you at this point. In fact, most of them. A couple of them, whilst you've been around here, have actually moved. I mean, Traffy, you probably would have seen some of them have gone into the forest in different directions, probably to go and play or to build snowmen or something. There's not many of them left in front, but the ones that are left are chasing this reindeer and trying to help to get it back in the stable. What's your dexterity, Emma?
Rubbish.
To be fair, what's your speed? Does the barbarian's unarmored speed boost add to the reindeer's base speed?
Yes. No.
So I've got my normal speed, haven't I? So it's 40.
Okay,
and there's only 25 because they're little. So you are faster than them.
So my dex is only a plus. It's only. Oh no, hang on. I have advantage. So I have advantage on deck saves against things I can see, but it's only like a 10. It's plus 0.
Can you make a dexterity check for me? Just see how
Just a
well you're
check?
avoiding them. Yeah, check.
Okay, so
It's alright, if they start to catch you, just like wrestle them off, muscle it.
that's not rolling. Why is that not rolling?
Rachel, as they pass me, how many elves are like from the initial ones that were chasing her around? How many of them are passing me directly?
Only 3.
So with my crazy stealth of 44, I would like to kidnap one of those elves. The last one in the trail.
I rolled a nat
course you
20,
would.
guys.
No.
Oh, good. You are sneaking around them. None of these elves can get anywhere near you. They are, you are like getting around and jumping around. You basically jump over them at some point.
I'm gonna be so knackered after this.
Yeah. You are managing to keep them distracted and avoid getting caught by them. And you even managed to lead them all into one group, like you've herded them away from the doors.
Nice.
It's actually quite impressive.
So the last one to pass, I just like grab him with my snowman hands.
Can you make a grapple check?
Yes. Do I have advantage because I was stealthed?
Yeah. What do I do for that? Is it
either athletics or acrobatics, whichever you would prefer?
Yeah.
Okay, I rolled pretty good.
How did your Christmas one shot go? Oh, it was great.
17.
We kidnapped an elf.
Oh wait, advantage.
I got a 19.
24.
Oh yeah. Okay,
Oh.
you do manage to grab the last.
And then
elf
I'm gonna
that's
move.
passing you.
I'm gonna move with him back towards where they were originally chasing behind the stable, while Granny is leading the rest of them away.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna just like pure crazy intimidation. I'll just be like, "Tell me where the dog is."
Evil snowman.
You don't even need to make an
Hands.
intimidation check, to be honest. He is so scared. And he's just screaming in your face, crying, sobbing.
Santa needs the dog immediately. This is not a game.
You're
This is
the horrible
Christmas is
snowman from
Christmas is
earlier.
at stake. Christmas
You
is at stake.
used the weapons and you killed the snowman. You're on the naughty list.
Okay. Fine. Yes, I am that snowman. But if you don't tell me where the dog is, I will ruin Christmas.
Crying for a while before he gives you any information.
It's fine. I'd be more worried, but I like check to see how much time I got, and Granny is like the follow like
She's
pan-piping
bossing
them
it.
around the thing. I'm like, okay, yeah, I got time.
Cries for a while and then just through like gross snot and tears. It's like, I don't know anything about a dog.
It's a dog called Max. There is a dog called Max.
I don't know anyone called Max. My name is Rufus.
Well, Christmas is ruined, Rufus, and it's all because of you.
Not Christmas. And he just collapses. Like if you let go of him, he just collapses on a ball in the floor and just buries himself in the snow. And you can hear this like muffled sobbing underneath
He just
the
like
snow.
one arm karate chops him to sleep.
Yeah, he
Useless. And I'm gonna bury him in the snow, and I'll head over to the workshop and just be like, guys, the elf didn't know anything about a Max, but there is another door. Granny has them tied up.
Wait, what?
I'm loving the idea of a barbarian actually dancing and prancing around. Like...
Yeah, see, I think if you'd have rolled bad, I imagine like the pure like smashing them out of the way. But these guys are not dexterous apparently. Yeah, I'll give them a quick. I'll be like, right. I kidnapped an elf. He said there's no Max. He's called Rufus. I don't know what that has to do with anything. Granny is distracting all of the elves. There is another door around the back of the house. You guys have time.
Oh, thank you very much.
And then I'll go back to Snowfall.
Before we head around the back, Nikki, and Hickory's gonna wiggle his fingers and cast Dispel Magic on the square. Try stabbing it now.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh. Okay.
Before you even have a chance to dispel magic, I have to ask a question quickly. Trafir, did you leave the workshop? Are you back outside?
Only at the door of the workshop. I've essentially replaced
Okay.
Granny.
Yeah. So basically, what happens when you cast dispel magic is you cast it on there, and Nikki, you're getting ready to kind of stab it again, and this alarm goes off when you cast this spell. It's very loud, and it's
Oh
the
no.
door slams shut, and the windows slam shut. Bars come down on the windows and doors, and the lights go out. Even if you have dark vision, you cannot see.
Oh, you guys been some naughty little elves.
Oh no.
So I'm outside as these doors like.
Granny and Trafir are outside. Nikki and Hickory are inside.
How were the elves acting? Is it
They,
loud?
as soon as they hear the siren, they stop and they look over and they see you. They see a snowman right in front of the doorway, and they're like, "We wouldn't have built that there." And they are a bit confused. They know something's going on in there, but equally as much as you can't get out, they can't get in. So they'll come over and try and bash on the doors, and they can't get in. And even
Are they ignoring me now?
Yeah.
Okay, in which case, are they also ignoring Trafir, even though they think it's odd? They're not trying to attack him or move him, or
they have just kind of gone around him. Some of them are staring at him like, "Are you real? How did you get here? Who would be stupid enough to
I'm
build
like
a snowman right in front of the
so
doorway?"
still right now. Like,
Yeah. Can you make a performance check for me?
yeah.
If you were a human, you'd be sweating with how do not
Yeah.
move.
he's melting on one side.
This is not my forte. It's average, distinctly average.
I mean, it's snowing, so the view is slightly. Oh, they rolled a 19. They know that you're not a snowman. And they know that you're not real, but they are very aware that you're trying to stay still. And they're like,
I am going to
when's he gonna move?
on my where I am, I'm going to stay where I was when they ran away and left me. And as I see them starting to notice that he's not a normal snowman, I'm going to say, "Hello, everybody. Oh, goodness, I can speak. I didn't used to be able to speak." And I'm going to try and basically get their attention again. And I'm going to start heading as if I'm trying to think. I'm going to go towards them. I'm actually going to go towards them and say, "Look, I can speak." And I'm going to start trying to sing the song that Hickory was singing earlier, but just really badly because I don't know any of the words. And it'll just be like, "Where the da 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 frightful."
Oh,
and
the weather outside is weather.
Yeah,
and
just
the fire is so fire.
Yeah, all the words, all the right words, but in the wrong order.
Yeah. Whilst you're doing that, they do seem to be distracted by you. Some of them are so worried that they are still bashing on the doors. Some people are still it's mostly the ones that were looking at traffic that are looking more at you now. I do want to just go to the inside quickly.
Yeah. So
the siren stops basically as soon as the things have come down and it's gone pitch black. You can't hear the bashing on the door from the outside. You don't know that they are doing that. You can't hear anything. It seems very eerily silent, and it is dark. And you do hear a voice coming over from it. It just seems like it's coming from above. You're not sure, and it says, it's a very low and jolly voice. "It seems you are trapped in the workshop of toys, where we make presents for good girls and boys. You're either an elf that has got all confused, or a criminal who is now quite unamused. But Santa has faith in all who walk the North Pole, so use this chance to avoid your lump of coal. Defeat my riddles and get out of this twist, and you might just make it to Santa's nice list."
It's definitely a cult. It's definitely a cult.
Do we hear that from outside? Is it completely soundproof?
You did not hear that. It's completely soundproofed. The lights kind of flash on. It's a bit brighter than it was before, and where you where you had seen the trap door from before, that you couldn't quite figure out, it's now open. It flashes on you, you can see that it's open, but beneath it are just hundreds of presents, big, small, wrapping paper that's been ripped, toys that have been broken. It seems like the rejects, you can see them, they are in the way of you getting to this trapdoor, and it seems like you would have to basically move them out of the way to get there. There's just loads of them, hundreds.
Since I was under it, am I buried in them now? I hate to ask that, but I feel like I have to.
It's
Yeah, don't give her ideas.
No, you're kind of to the side of it. It's like this pile of stuff here. Yeah, it seems like it's almost a bit further away over there. But
Okay.
no, you're not buried beneath the presents.
Okay, good. Do we hear anything else over the speaker, or is it just these?
It fades
Toys.
out after that, and then there's just these presents and toys, boxes, everything like that. And this is where I have to ask you something that I did ask you before, although I didn't get an answer from Matt. What is your alignment?
Oh, did I not say that? Oh, sorry. I am. Oh God, chaotic good. he's too kind of like, well, let's just do whatever, but he does it for a good purpose. Yeah, he's chaotic good.
Okay. And I think Nikki is also chaotic good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What do you want to do?
Okay, so the trapdoor's open and it's being blocked by a mountain of reject presents.
Yes.
Oh dear. Do we have to play with all of them? I don't know.
The presents that are in boxes. Does it look like there's a way to organize anything, or actually, are the boxes empty? Or does it sound like there's anything in them?
Sounds like some of them have things in there. Some of them are just broken boxes that obviously were not good enough to have toys in. Some of them have ripped paper. It's a whole mixture.
Okay. I feel like I don't know if we're supposed to try to fix anything, or if I don't know what we're supposed to try to do with any of these.
Are they like stacked up to the roof? So like you can see kind of like the border of where the hole is, but we can't actually see into it, whether or not it's actually open or closed or whatever right
you
now.
can see that there's light coming from it, but that's all.
Okay.
I mean, do we have to fix all of them? Or maybe we just need to push it over?
Yeah. I suppose we can try at least moving them.
Yeah, they're already broken.
Yeah.
Well.
Can we try pushing
Just try.
try moving
You try to lift one of these boxes out of the way, as almost just to get closer to them so you can try and push it over. You try to lift it, and it is so heavy that it is impossible to lift. Even though you can see inside it, you can open it and see it's empty, you cannot, for the life of you, lift this box. And you try other ones and you cannot lift them, can't push them, they don't move.
Is the pile climbable? Like, I'm small and have little fingers. Is there any kind of like handholds I can kind of like start climbing
wouldn't be
up?
able to get into this trapdoor because it's being blocked by the presents.
No, yeah, I was more just kind of like, is like they are like if we needed to get to the top to like try. Can I try and grab a present from the top of the pile?
Yeah, you try and you can't move it.
It's a similar thing.
Okay. And the riddle just said that we have to solve a riddle and prove if we're naughty or nice, basically.
Yeah, I believe so. We need to solve the riddle to get on to the nice list, I believe, or something like that. Are there any words now on the walls or anything? Is there a piece of paper nearby? Is there like is there anything on any gift tags on the presents?
Oh, good question.
A couple of gift tags say with love from Santa, but that's about it.
He looks at it. I love you too? Nope.
Brilliant.
Okay. Are we supposed to try to break them more to like get parts?
I don't know why he'd want us to. Should we try fixing one of them at least, just to see if that does something?
That sounds like a better idea than breaking them more.
We can fix one, and if it doesn't do anything, in frustration, we'll break that one.
Yes. Good compromise.
Cool. Wonderful.
So there's a couple of things that you can see that are broken here. There is a broken Nutcracker toy that's missing an arm. There is a teddy bear that's lost some stuffing. All of the tools that you would need for these things, like sewing kits and woodcarver's tools and all of these things are around. There's a few different toys, anything you can think of. Like a board game where you've lost some pieces, or a puzzle that's missing a couple of pieces. There are things everywhere that look fixable.
Hickory is going to pick up the like a broken Nutcracker toy first, because at least this one he has a point of reference as to what it should look like.
Fair.
Very fair.
All right, you haven't got an arm. Is there anything else you do? Like, do they just stand there? I don't understand these. Oh dear. Right, wood. Is it wood? You're gonna flex it. Is it definitely wood? It's made out of.
It's definitely wood, with paint on it, and
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Nikki, can you see any wood lying around or any spare arm parts? That was a really. I'm not even sure what accent that was, saying arm.
Arm.
Arm. Arm.
If you want to have a look around for wood, then you can.
Okay. Perception or investigation?
Investigation.
That is less good, but hopefully, let's see. 13.
You have a look around and you can't find any spare wood unless you were to break something else, like a table or a chair or even another Nutcracker toy. I will say, because you're the one that was looking, you know that you're made of wood, and that seems to be the only wood that is around.
I like not being broken.
Yeah, let's not carve up our friends for the spirit of Christmas. That's not very jolly.
It is very culty.
It's
Very culty.
Right up the Santa might like that.
Personal sacrifice.
I don't like this Santa. This one. This is more Krampus.
Back to your
than
normal
anything.
form, you're missing a finger because you had to cut off one of your wooden ones.
Well, should we try breaking a chair or something? Or maybe could we find like a Nutcracker toy that has the part that this one doesn't?
Yes.
Or are they all broken in the same way?
They're all broken in different ways. So there's one that's missing a head, and it does have both its arms.
I will pick up that one.
Okay.
Let's go get some tools to unscrew this arm. So yeah, I'll start picking up some tools, putting it on a workbench, I guess.
Yeah, make a wood carver's tool check with proficiency, because you are proficient.
Which stat am I using for that? Like dexterity?
Dexterity.
Okay, so a dex check with proficiency. Okay, all right. Okay. 21.
Yep, you successfully unscrew it, and you want to screw it onto the other one?
Yes.
Yeah, you managed to very easily screw it onto the other one. It's got a hole ready for it. It's like it's obviously, or it's had one in the past. You have completed a Nutcracker toy.
I'm gonna put it in a box, in an open box.
Mm-hmm.
close the box.
As you're earlier on, when you opened the box to get the Nutcracker toy out, it was actually, as much as you couldn't lift it, the box opened fairly easily.
Mhm.
Now, when you go to open it to put something in, you can do it, but it feels heavy as you do it.
This is very strange. I don't get it.
What if we're supposed to wrap it like a new present?
Oh, very good. Are there any spare, like, newer boxes around? Or any wrapping
No,
paper
there's
that hasn't been
only-
used?
There's only what seems to look like it has been used before,
Dang
box-wise.
flabbit.
And all the wrapping paper that is spare is kind of on the floor, and it's not full sheets. It's just parts.
So it is slowly, like, it's just heavy to open the box now.
It's just
But
a lot
it
harder
is
than it was
manageable?
earlier. Yeah, you can do it. It's just harder to do than it was
I will
earlier.
keep struggling until that box is open, just to be like, maybe we just need to struggle in the spirit of Santa.
Make a strength check for me.
Oh no.
I don't think either of us might be good at that.
Nope, this is just a 1d20 plus 0, so that's
I'm
a
slightly
3.
better. Oh,
No,
wow.
you get it partially, and you know you can move it. It's not like impossible to lift like the boxes were, but you just can't manage it. It's too much.
Can I try to lever it with my candy cane?
Yeah, you give me a
Like a
strength
fulcrum?
check.
Okay.
Again, you're just you trying, and you know it does move slightly, so you know it's possible, but it's just not happening.
We just have to believe. What do they call it? The Christmas.
Christmas spirit will come through.
Are there
Okay.
any, like, doors or anything that have now appeared in the darkness?
No.
If I close my eyes
It's very dark.
and start, like, trying to, like, pick up the box or open the box or interact with toys, does anything feel different?
No, it feels like a box, feels like a toy. Things are feeling a lot heavier than it was before you fixed this toy. Like it's more
Maybe.
exhausting to try and lift things.
Oh.
I'm ready to just burn down the workshop if I'm that's not a very chaotic good thing to say, but alas.
Well, it's
I don't know
chaotic.
if burning down the building does a lot of good.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. So far, this cult does not seem like a good thing.
Just go up in
So many
flames for the
goddamn
sake
riddles.
of.
Do not burn down my workshop.
So there's no clue or any. What Hickory's just going to call out a mysterious, jolly voice. Can we have a clue, please? Because at the moment we've tried fixing, we've tried lifting, we're trying a few things, but nothing seems to be working.
When you kind of shout out into the void, you just hear a bit of the poem that was repeated earlier. It just repeats a part of it. Santa has faith in all who walk the North Pole, so use this chance to avoid your lump of coal. Defeat my riddles and get out of this twist, and you might just make it to Santa's nice list.
Is there a list?
While they're in there, and to maybe give the guys a chance to think.
Yeah.
While they're in there, have I distracted the people away from Traffic enough for him to maybe, shuffle away? You said I'd sort of distracted the people who were interested in him.
Yeah, I'd say with the stealth roll earlier as well, I'd say yes.
Okay. I am also going to start talking to them. I'm going to say, what was that alarm? I heard a very loud noise. Why are the doors shut? The doors aren't normally shut. And I'm going to sort of not properly bash them with my antlers, but just sort of like nudge the doors with my antlers and just be sort of saying, what's going on? Does anybody know what's going on? And I'm just trying to basically make enough distraction that maybe Traffic can go for a wander.
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of answering you and saying, we've never had to use the security measures before. No one's ever broken in or cast magic in the workshop. But someone must have cast magic in the workshop. And they're all freaking out and they're bashing on the door. Yeah, no one notices Trafir roll away.
Okay.
Yeah, so Trafford's gonna take a look at this door. Does it look like can I try and open it? Do I hear anything?
It's got bars on it right now. It's changed from earlier. It seems to be similar to the front doors.
Okay, I'm gonna head
Are
over
you
to
around the back now, Liam? Or are
No,
you
I was
stuck
still at
with
the workshop doors. I'm gonna head over to the doors around the back that Granny told me about.
Okay. Yeah, again, bars on the doors. Yeah, you can try, but it's you will pretty much fail to try and get into these.
Cool.
If I try and follow him, are they? You said they were all really upset and they didn't seem to be bothered by me speaking. If I just try and surreptitiously wander off, are they?
There's a couple of them will notice, but most of them will stay at the doors, try and get in.
Okay. Can I try and do that stealthily then, and sort of, just amble away? And
Yeah, roll
I know
a
it's
stealth check
difficult
for
being
me.
a huge reindeer, but just
roll a stealth check with disadvantage because you said you were up like with your antlers on the door. I'd say you're in
yeah.
front of a lot
Is
of them.
Pass Without a Trace still up? So do they still get the +10?
Still up for an hour now.
Okay, so that's stealth, which isn't great. Oh, okay though. So that's a 10 plus, so that's a 20 altogether.
Yeah, you managed to sneak away fairly easily.
Cool. So I'm going to wander around the back and say to Trafir, this place is very strange. Any idea what's going on?
Not a clue. If something doesn't reveal itself soon, I'm just going to start dropping elves.
What about the windows?
I can't reach them. Maybe if
I could maybe try and lift you up on my antlers, or you
I'll
climb
climb
on my
up.
back.
I'll climb up onto a head and get lifted and see if I can see through a window.
Well, what I'm going to do is probably sort of sit, with my like a dog does, with my back legs lower, so he can almost just like climb up my back and then onto my head, and then, like it's a ramp, and sort of get him up to the window that way.
Yeah, I mean the windows are also barred, and you can't see through them at the moment.
Any way of getting on the roof? Oh.
It's quite a lot higher up.
You can fly though.
I can fly, but actually I can fly without using my reindeer once a day fly.
Is there a chimney?
You can't really see from like this angle, but you do remember seeing a chimney before. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say to Trafir, get on my back, and I am going to use my once a day fly ability.
Okay.
How does that work? Is it like the spell fly, or is it?
Is this your reindeer one or your minor?
The reindeer one. I'm going to save my rage for when I'm raging.
You
I think.
don't know how to activate that yet.
Ah, okay.
And I mean, I don't want to say it's obvious, but
well,
it's Christmas. Come on now.
Well, yeah. But I'm trying to imagine how the reindeer actually.
But also how your character would know to activate that, because Christmas isn't a thing.
Because we don't know what Christmas is.
Yeah.
I'm going to sort of take a run up. I'm going to try it first without him on my back, and I'm going to take a run up and then just try and jump into the air and see, sort of like, think fly, like a.
You think fly and you do a run up and you jump and it's beautiful and then you land on the floor.
Okay. In which case, no, then I'm going to rage. I'm going to rage, and as part of my rage abilities, I can fly. I have a fly speed of 40 feet. So let me tick another rage off. Let me just double check the wording of it. So while raging, I can fly 40 feet, and my rage lasts for a minute. Yeah. So I'm going to rage. I'm going to sort of bend down a little bit so that Trafir can hop on. I'm going to try and fly onto the roof.
Okay.
Just for purely like, is this a different kind of barbarian, or is it the same barbarian
It
where
says-
you have to take damage every round or inflict damage for the
Yeah,
rage to
you have to
continue?
make
Yeah.
an attack. You don't have to inflict damage. So
I
she
have
just
to
has to
make an
attack
attack.
something. And to be
Yeah.
fair, as we
Just
get
start
up to the
headbutting the
roof,
snowman.
I'd jump off and I'd be like, take down those doors. And I would
Okay.
head up towards the chimney. Because seeing her rage, I'm pretty confident she can rip down.
Even
down
without
some
my
doors.
warhammer and stuff. Yeah.
Even without, you've got like athletics is advantage right now. Just go ham, and I'm gonna make my way
Okay.
up to as stealthily as possible on the roof.
Okay. So I leave you on the roof. Yeah. You want me to go back down?
Yeah, because I can hit any, like my range with my longbow is 600 foot. I can hit pretty much anything I want from up there.
Effectively, Rachel, if I need to attack something to stay within range, I'll hit a roof tile. I'll hit the
This,
wall. Do you know what I mean?
this is why I
can
was
just
saying
be
if you go
attacking
and
things.
attack the door, go and bust
Yeah,
our way in.
I'm doing
that
a proper
counts as an
berserk.
attack.
But I'm gonna
Yeah.
go to the doors around the back. I know that sounds weird, but I don't want the elves all jumping on me straight away. So I'm gonna go to the doors around the back, and I'm basically just gonna attack those doors.
Okay. I'm gonna jump back in
Yeah.
to where you are. So yeah, you guys don't hear much going on at the moment, but essentially you are trying to put this toy into this box, and you can't open the box, you can't lift the box, it seems heavier than before. And you just kind of throw down this nutcracker toy on the floor, and just you're a bit frustrated at this point. And at this point you do hear a voice coming again. It's slightly different this time. It's less jolly, almost a bit frustrated. And it says, "It isn't nice to take away from another. Don't let a toy take from its sister or brother. Fix it by giving it something from yourself, and you might become as nice as a Christmas elf."
Oh no. Ah, right, okay.
I'll let you think on that for a moment whilst I go up to Traffic on the
Once
roof.
again, culty.
So we're up, Traffic, you're on the roof now? Yeah, you're going towards
Yep.
the chimney?
Heading up
The
to the
chimney it does have a bit of smoke coming out of it, and it is also way too small for you to fit down.
Half tempted to melt and try and fit down it.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick up some snow from the roof and just drop it down to make sure it actually is like.
Yeah, you hear a
Yeah.
sizzle, and you can presume from that. What's your intelligence?
+1, 12. It's not bad.
Okay, yeah, you can presume that there is a fire beneath that.
So I'm going to shovel so much in with the aim to put the fire out. I'm just going to keep until I stop seeing smoke.
Okay, it takes a while, but yeah, you do manage to stop seeing smoke eventually. It is still too small for you to fit down.
Oh yeah, I mean that would have I'm hoping that would have bothered anybody that was inside.
They're now just slightly chillier, like, oh.
Yeah, they're just a bit cold.
Well, doesn't look like there's much way in for me at all, so I'm gonna stand guard. I will shoot anything that makes an aggressive action towards Granny.
Okay. Back into the room. I'm afraid, Granny, you're not getting very far with these bars.
I wasn't sure that I would do.
You do get the idea that even though you have magical antlers, these are very magical security procedures. So back into the room. You've just heard this
Hickory
voice.
is unscrewing the arm, to take it back off, to put it back on the other one, and be like, "Oh, should you of course, you can't take from one. You have to get to the other." Meh.
Okay. Instead of immediately cutting off my finger and trying to put it there,
Please, let's not do that.
so I do have a conductor's wand. Would it maybe fit in the spot with the arm? Like if we tried to figure out a way to fit it in there, would that maybe work?
I mean, especially with Hickory's wood carving tools, you could shape it into something like that. It would be fairly easy to do that, yes.
Okay. So I sadly hand over my conductor's wand, and I'm kind of crying as much as a wooden creature could be crying. If we have to give them something of ours, I guess this might work.
I'm sorry, Nikki. I'm just gonna start,
Yeah, can you
whittling.
make another woodcarver's check for me, please?
Of course I can. That is an 11.
It's not great craftsmanship, but I mean, you managed to screw a piece of wand onto the arm of this
I
nutcracker.
understand how upset Nikki is, and I'm just, like
Yeah.
a little bit like,
I mean, you have to basically chop it in half, and you can hand a bit of it back to Nikki. But I
there
mean,
you go.
it's
it's not much,
You've now
but
got
it's
half a conductor's wand.
Yes, you do. But yeah, you managed to screw it on.
Try and put that in the box. Does the box open easier now?
The box not only does it open easier, but actually shifts a bit because you overcompensate to try and open it, thinking it's going to be really, really big, and you
Throw
actually
it
move
across
a bit.
the room.
Like lift it so much, you open it so much, and you lift it.
Oh,
Oh.
wonderful. Puts the toy in, closes it, puts that to the side. Gonna pick up the one without the head.
Yeah, the one without
Reaches
the
into
head
my-
that you left on you. Yeah, you left that on the
Yeah, it was
side.
on the
It's
workbench
fine.
next to me, because I
Yeah,
took away
I
its
mean,
arm.
make. What did you do with the box that you?
Just pulled it out of the box, really. Just probably
No,
like
the box that you put the other one in.
put the thing into. It's probably on the floor next to the work desk, almost like, cool, that's in the box. Cool, there, that's one done.
Okay, make me an intelligence check, please. No, make me a perception check. Both of you.
Okay.
That's a lot better.
Perception.
That is an 18 for Hickory.
19 for Nikki.
Hey.
Yeah, I mean, Nikki notices it first mostly because, 7 foot tall, taller, closer to the top of the present mountain. You do notice that things start to shift a little bit at the top of the present mountain, almost like they are falling down a little bit.
Okay. Does it look like I can clear any of it away?
Are you going to try?
Yes.
Yeah, you go over to move another box and you manage to move it fine.
Oh, okay.
And although it takes you some time, you both manage to move them into a certain way where you can climb them up to the trapdoor, but it's not blocked anymore.
Hey.
Unfortunately, with Nikki's weight, it's difficult to get up there. And it's a bit small of a gap. Even Hickory's going to struggle a bit. But when you get to the top of this, like, almost staircase you've built for yourselves, you look up, and right above this gap in the ceiling you could probably get through with a really good dexterity, Hickory, but there's no way Nikki's getting through this. Through this gap, you see something hanging from the ceiling in the floor above. You don't see anything else. You see what Nikki has not seen before. You're not sure, but what our druid friend Hickory does recognize as mistletoe.
Okay. All right. I see what you're doing. Oh. Oh.
And you've heard rumors about like what this plant could mean. Nikki's got no idea. Nikki doesn't even know what this is. And you're like, whoa, and you're getting all awkward. Nikki's like, what?
Yeah, this elf is blushing. Like, okay. This is just an assumption here, Nikki. I think we're gonna have to kiss.
Oh.
That is it's mistletoe. Some traditions they hang it in like a doorway or something, and when you walk through, the person you're walking with, it's kind of like a tradition to share a kiss. Yeah.
Okay.
The
fine.
elf is just staring at the floor, rosy cheeked, like, oh, yep, this
I mean,
is a
the
thing.
thing is you two have been friends for a long time. It's probably not the worst thing to suggest, but I mean, the thing that is confusing to both of you is the logistics of it, in the fact
Yeah.
that one of you is 3'5" and one of you is 7 foot tall. It is the logistics of it are quite difficult, more than the emotional side of it.
Nikki
But
can just pick him up. He'll be fine.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just hold me.
yeah, you're directly under it. So are you gonna have a smooch?
I mean, if that's what the mistletoe is there for, then yeah, no, like Nikki like already has like his hair pulled back, so no qualms there.
Right, well, just to save the embarrassment of you just picking me up for this, Hickory's gonna like climb onto a desk. He still probably only comes up to about chest height, so he's then just gonna be. Is there any way you could just lean down? Normally, I'm a lot.
yeah.
I'm normally a lot taller than this. It's a wee bit peculiar.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
feel like
no,
kissing your kneecap would do it.
probably not. Yeah, so Nikki leans over.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and you share a nice little kiss, which is always nice between friends. And yeah, as you open your eyes and you look up, this trapdoor above you opens up wider, and with the help of the presents making almost a ladder for you, you are able to climb into the next room above you.
Didn't get any splinters from that at all.
No, I feel like you're okay.
Wonderful. Nikki's polished well.
Oh yeah, well painted. But yeah, you get up into this next room, which is a bit nicely lit, and at this point you actually see snow falling down onto a fireplace, and putting out a nice warm fire.
Oh no! Oh,
Traffic,
great.
you hear that?
Now it's cold in here. Like we don't
Oh.
even get the warmth anymore.
I'll like shut down like Hickory.
Yeah, you hear it.
Santa? You sound
Chimney.
different.
Chimney. And another lump of snow like
Hickory's gonna stick his head and kind of just look up.
another
Yeah.
lump of snow.
Yeah, you get snow in the face.
Oh boy.
I imagine it's too long to see through.
No, you can. Well, it's too dark. I think that's the thing. You can kind
I
of
do
see
not have
a
dark
bit
vision.
of traffic up there before he throws snow on you. But it's hard
Traffic,
to look down.
wait.
What's going on? The alarms? You guys good?
We had to fix a present, then we had to kiss. Now we're here. I don't.
So as he's got his head up
Definitely
the
a cult.
chimney,
Definitely a cult.
as he's got his head up the chimney, Nikki, you have a look around this room and you see, apart from the mistletoe that is hanging, there are lots and lots of jingle bells hanging from the ceiling. And as you're kind of having a look around them, you walk underneath them, and you notice that every time Hickory says anything, the bells start to chime. Literally, only when they are being spoken to.
Oh. What was that song that the green one was singing earlier? Nikki just kind of ponders out loud.
Or that was. Stop with the snow. Pulls head out. Just. Oh God, which one was it? I've got all the others stuck in my head right now.
As you're thinking and trying to recall it, you realize, you've had all these songs in your head that you don't recognize, and you hear these bells, and even though they are the noise of bells, you hear words almost chiming through them, and you hear jingle bells, and it stops.
Jingle all the way.
And you hear a ding. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Honestly, we've been trapped. Like we're in a pub quiz. Like that's what we're in right now.
Literally.
We're
And,
in deep local town pub quiz.
I love that you guys are singing and I'm still bashing antlers against
Yeah, you are.
the barred door.
Somehow in rhythm with everything going on.
Yeah.
And
Thunk.
Happy New Year. What's a new year?
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose.
Oh God, why is the next
Liam,
one?
go for it.
And if you ever saw it,
There you go.
you would even say it glows.
Yay.
Have a holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year.
Oh no, that next verse.
I don't know this one.
Have a lonely, jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year. No.
I don't know if there'll be snow, but have a cup of cheer.
Yes!
Wonderful.
As you do this, you hear another ding, and all the bells do this lovely harmonic tune, and they just start to swing in tune, doing a lovely deck the halls with boughs of holly kind of tune, as a ladder swings down from this ceiling. It's to the side, so obviously this chimney is coming down here. It's like a higher part here. The ladder swings down, and it reveals a small hole to the floor above. Traffy, you can see this. It's like just a small raised part, essentially. It's not like a full room. It's like a half room. Looks like maybe Hickory could stand up in there, but not. Nikki wouldn't be able to make it up there.
Can
You
I
didn't
just
even think
say,
it was really a room.
if I'd been bashing away at this door and getting absolutely nowhere, I would have potentially flown back onto the roof. I'm not just going to stay out there for like half an hour bashing at a door.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every now and then having to smack away an elf.
Yeah. So I would have tried to get in the door, but if it was really obviously nothing, I wasn't making any dents at all, I would fly back up on the roof and I'd probably put my nose into the chimney. Obviously, I can't even probably fit my head into there.
You can get your nose in.
And I would just sort of shout down and go, hello, like down the chimney.
Granny!
Hi, Granny.
Where are you?
We're singing.
It's been very strange. He sort of sat on the edge of the roof, just occasionally like knocking out an elf with a snowball. Very, very boring and strange, this place.
Just imagine you just occasionally.
Yeah, and
I don't know
as
if
you do that,
boring
you
is the
just
right
hit one
word.
and they just fall on the ground and sink into the snow. But yeah, this ladder swings down, and as it swings, it's almost like what Hickory recognizes as Holly comes flying out of this room down there, and I need you all to make a dex, the two of you to make a dex saving throw, please.
Okay.
As Holly, that's obviously been holding this up, has just gone, and it starts to come down.
Oh no, that's a 5 from Hickory.
All right, I say this, and I know this is going to go badly now that I've said this, but I have to roll this really bad. Okay, it went well.
Ooh.
Nikki, you managed to get out of the way, and also some of it just kind of bounces off of your wooden skin. But Hickory, you're the one that just kind of stood right underneath it, and it just hits, all of it hits you, and you take 12 points of piercing damage.
Ow!
And you just kind of got Holly stuck to you. But yeah, a ladder has come down. There is a light up there.
Is it like a rope ladder or a wooden ladder?
A wooden ladder.
And we've kind of like come to the conclusion that we reckon Nikki can't climb it?
You don't know. Traffic can tell from up above, but you can't tell. I mean, as soon as you get up there, you'll realize that, like, this is like you have to crouch to be up here, let alone Nikki. Nikki would literally have to roll in. But it's not a very big room. Are you climbing up?
Hickory will probably like turn to Nikki and be like, well, seeing as we've already kissed, I might as well act the part of a gentleman. Would you like to go first, Nikki?
Yeah, I can go first. And actually, so you don't have to waste a polymorph. I can also polymorph, so I can just polymorph myself.
Excellent.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay. So I'll just polymorph myself into
A smaller nutcracker.
smaller version of me.
Yeah, so you
Yes.
just kind of shrink yourself down to toy size, a bit bigger than the one that you just put back together. But yeah, you both managed to get back kind of up into this small room. It smells a bit of mold, and there is only a single candle lit up here. There's a few cages, most of which are empty, but one of them does have a small dog curled up in there who's cold and whimpering.
Can I see
No.
through the roof, or is it just? Could I just tell from the shape of it?
You can only tell from the shape of
A
it.
little bit like
Okay, no
like a
worries.
loft storage room
Yeah,
that's just
yeah.
slightly raised. Okay.
No worries.
But yeah, he's cold, he's whimpering, and he's in a cage that does have a
Sweet.
padlock on it.
Sweet baby. Oh well, I'm knocking that immediately.
Yeah, make a thieves' tool check to try and unlock that.
No, knock the spell.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah,
Auto
you do
unlock.
that.
Yes.
It unlocks.
Excellent.
And he kind of wakes up when he hears the click. And he's kind of backing up to the back of the cage, especially with the look of Hickory kind of backing up.
Hickory will kind of like get down on his knees, and with the furball kind of like just being able to speak clearly to animals, so it's going to be like, it's okay, I'm not one of the one of those mean elves who have kind of probably put you in here. We're here to take you back to the green furry man who you came here with. We're not going to hurt you.
Make an animal handling check.
Yes.
Do you guys do advantage or assistance if you're proficient?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to give assistance.
Oh, wonderful.
Nice.
Thank you very much. That would be a 13.
Yeah, I mean, considering that you mentioned his
The
owner,
Grinch.
he does kind of perk up a little bit and does come towards you. He's kind of skinny and very, very cold and shivering. But yeah, he does come towards you, and yeah, you can pick him up. And you have
Little
retrieved
baby.
Max, the baby.
Yay.
Max the baby. How strong does the roof feel? Again, I'll sort of shout down like, have you found anything?
We can probably hear, like, can we hear him through the wood?
Not really. You can't. You can hear something. You can't hear legible words. But if you come back down, you can hear him through the chimney.
Is the roof tiles, or is it slates, or is it thatch? What's the roof like?
It's slates.
Okay, can I try and prise some of the slates up with my antlers?
Yeah. Make a.
I will aid. I'll like hold a slate so she can get her antler under there, and then like.
I'm gonna say make a strength check.
Okay, just straight strength. 12.
I mean, you managed to get a couple up, so you have a bit of a view, but yeah, not loads. You have a view down there, but not enough for someone to like fit through.
Does it look like it looks like they come up though? That like we can actually price them up. So once I can like see through, I'll say this might be faster to leave if we wanna give us a second. And Nikki, pull down from the inside. We'll pull up from the up here. We'll make a hole big enough for you guys to fit out of.
All right.
And we'll take some time and just one by one.
Yeah, can you
pull.
make a strength check as well, just to see?
Yep.
In proper Christmassy fashion, I'm getting a cold.
16.
Oh yeah, between the two of you, it does take some time, but you do manage to price them up. You do realise you are attracting some attention from the elves down below, who have kind of given up on thudding on the doors. But they don't know how to get up there and how to stop you. Some of them are just yelling like, "Why is there a snowman on the roof? How did the reindeer get up there?"
And yeah, I'll just ignore them. Occasionally, like slate over the shoulder. If it hits them, it hits them. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Aren't they whiny, these elves?
Yeah, they're not nice people and very whiny. And for people that love naughty lists, kidnapping dogs is up there. And once we're like a hole big
So-
enough,
Sorry, and I've got a
You
dog.
can
Hey,
pass.
hello.
A baby.
He's actually trying to climb onto my desk at the moment. He's
Useful.
Well,
he's
we
climbed onto a
needed
chair and
He's
onto the
helping.
desk.
we
He's
needed a
helping.
max, so now we have a
Yeah,
max.
His
Hey, Max.
Max.
and then once the hole's big
Hey,
enough,
buddy.
we'll help them climb up onto the roof with us, and we can
Yeah, you
decide
managed to do that.
how we're getting back to.
You managed to all get onto the roof. You've got Max in your arms, and you are stood on the roof with some elves staring up at you.
Okay, well,
I'm gonna be honest. You've taken out a lot. Like with the time it's taken, I'm gonna say there's only like 4 elves left standing because you just knocked them out. Because
we
you
eventually
said
get
that
up
every now and
onto the
again you're
roof.
just throwing them, and I think
We look out
statistically with
over the roof, and there's just elves littered everywhere.
just elves everywhere.
unconscious elves.
and
Yeah.
like kind of carved into his snow body is like
A
crossing
tally.
like tally of how many he's got. Elf Slayer.
You've been busy,
Yeah.
Triffier.
Yeah, they were really annoying. We should get back to the green guy, and then he can give us whatever it was he was going to give us, and maybe then we can get out of here. This
My
place-
rage would have stopped, so
Yeah,
I'm going to
this,
say that Granny is probably just going to have to jump off the roof at this point.
Oh no!
How high up are we?
it's
2
Oh, let me do
floors,
some
but 2
maths.
elf floors.
Yeah,
How
that's
many
what I'm
does
thinking.
Featherfall
It's
work?
about,
Oh,
like-
Featherfall
Oh,
covers
Featherfall
all
does.
of us, but
I'd
we
say
might
this
be
is
okay.
like a 50-foot high building
50
total.
foot.
You are probably on the 40-foot bit. The little bit adds a bit more. Probably 45. So yeah, 40. You're on 40.
I mean, I'm hesitant. Like, I'll say it to Nikki. How many spells are you? I don't know how much energy you used while you were in there.
I'm still okay.
Okay.
That's okay.
Okay. Well, I mean, if we want to just float down, we can go for a jump, or we can try and climb, and then we'll save that in case we fall.
I'm
don't
going to
know
have
how
to just run
your
and jump,
Granny's
guys.
gonna just have to jump. There's no way Granny's
There's
climbing
no way
down.
I can climb.
I'd say, right, Granny, you wait till last. We'll go down. We'll make a big pile of snow,
Oh, and I can
Oh.
jump on you.
and then like you can cushion the fall. Solid plan.
Okay.
will
So that's
definitely
how
work.
we die. We
So
all
some
stand
of
there
you
like, jump,
are-
Granny.
Yeah.
Some of you are doing Featherfall, did you say?
Well, Trafford's gonna just attempt to climb it first, and then if we
Okay.
fall, we fall. I think I can take a 45-foot drop, and I can
Yeah.
heal just by rolling in snow. So
If you are if you're falling, can you make an athletics check for me? If you're climbing, not falling. Athletics.
14.
Give it a go. Oh, no,
Yeah.
that's not meant to be with advantage. Well, that's still just a 9.
Hmm.
Oh. Okay. Me too.
Hey!
So, Traffy, you managed to make it down slowly and carefully, but okay. Whereas Hickory and Nikki, you get a bit way of the way down, then you just slip and start to fall.
Oh, guess that Featherfall's coming in handy.
Yep. You cast Featherfall, and yeah, you guys are fine. You land very softly in the snow. And Traffy, you do manage to get down fine.
Quickly, Granny, jump while the spell's going.
Okay, I will run and jump off the roof.
Is anyone helping you?
I
Is
mean,
the
to be fair,
Featherfall-
like if the
Featherfall-
Featherfall, yeah, because the Featherfall can cast on 5 or 6 people,
Yeah, it's
Okay.
5
and it
for
lasts for a minute, right?
hmm
Okay, so I'd say that you could cast it on Granny, and that would help with the fall.
By proxy.
So yeah, you you managed to fall very softly on the ground. There are like 4 elves just staring at you, like looking around at all the other ones that are just laying in the snow, and a couple of them just run into the forest, and there's one that's just stood there frozen, like in fear, not really knowing what to do. The other one goes over to the reindeer to protect them. There's just one standing in fear, kind of at 10 foot in front of you.
Okay, back to Green Man.
This is what happens when you take people's dogs.
And he's just frozen, like,
I'm going to turn to. So, Christina, you're now small.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
oh
So,
yeah.
so I'm going to turn to the guys and say, does anyone want to climb on my back? Is that helpful?
How big are all of us? If
'Cause I'm
Nikki
large.
is still small, and I assume Elfie is small, can
Mhm.
all three of us like fit on
On a large back.
a large reindeer for like, obviously, so we've only got like an hour until Nikki becomes big again?
I would say if
Or is there a sledge in the stables?
I would
Ooh.
say that you could, first of all, have Traffy. Traffy, you're going to be the issue. You're going to slip off of that. You don't have legs to hold on.
I'll antler position.
Okay, you can antler position. Okay, you'd need. I
Technical
need
term.
a
Yeah. Antler position.
What if I willingly take damage to wedge myself onto one of her antlers?
impale yourself, like
You're in-
Olaf style. Like,
Oh.
I've been impaled.
Oh,
Yeah,
look.
that's what I'm saying.
I've been
man.
impaled.
Oh my god.
Oh look, I've been impaled. Yeah, sure.
I'll do it.
Can you?
I mean, to be
please,
fair, he just needs to roll around in the snow and he's healed.
Emma, can you please roll damage for your antlers?
Yeah. Oh god, and yeah, that's 8 damage.
Awesome. Yeah, so I just wedge myself on there, like, ow, I wasn't expecting that one. I'm ready.
And then it's fairly easy for Hickory to sit on the back there, and for Nikki to just kind of hold on to one of the antlers. To be honest, with your size right now, you could just hold on and like be carried off. And I'd say that that's not too bad, because it's the equivalent of having like 2 medium creatures on your back, which would be doable.
Mhm.
So yeah, all right, fair. I'll allow it.
Gallop
because it's
through the
Christmas.
snow.
God.
Because it's Christmas.
But yeah, you guys, you know the way now. You managed to get back to the Green Man's house fairly quickly. The door is unlocked but closed. You are obviously holding, Hickory's kind of holding the dog in one arm, who's still kind of whimpering a little bit. And yeah, you managed to get there fairly quickly. It takes probably about half an hour. And yeah, you are outside of the door.
I would have probably. I mean, is my nose like a carrot or a nose? Because if it's just a carrot and I could probably get another, I'd have given it to the dog.
It's a carrot.
I give it to the dog.
Great. You do.
Dogs love carrots, man.
Dogs
They
do.
do.
Yeah,
carrots.
he has eaten the carrot. He eats your nose.
At some point, I find a stone and just like.
You definitely look weirder without the pointy nose. The ensemble doesn't look.
Yeah, I don't know why I feel like that's normal. I've never seen this before, but it just looks not normal without the orange blob in the middle of its face.
Yeah, he happily.
We'll go and knock on the door.
Yeah. Pretty quickly you hear this humming and open the door, and this smell of the gross fish from earlier has kind of faded a bit, although the after smell is still there. But the smell that you can't smell in the air, now when he speaks, you can feel it and smell it on his breath. And he just sees Hickory holding him and says, "My boy, my Max, welcome home, you filthy animal," and picks him up and smooches him on his face. He says, "Well, I did not expect you to succeed so quickly, but as promised, I might have some things that could help you." And he walks inside with Max. Max just kind of nuzzles into him and is obviously very happy to be back with his owner. And he walks in and kind of goes into a back room where he just leaves you at the door. He doesn't wait for you. He just goes. Are you following him? Are you waiting there? What are you doing?
Yeah. Well,
we'll
step into the house.
edging slowly.
At least
Yeah,
into the
I'm-
little
It's
reception
pretty
area.
gross in here.
Yeah, I would only have to stick my head in because again, I don't think I can get into the house.
Yeah, not with your antlers. But he does come back into the kitchen with a bag. It's a very small bag, almost like a pouch. And he reaches his arm in, and it goes all the way in. And he comes out, and it opens up, and he brings out a big longbow. And it's kind of, well, you can smell this nice smell of pine. It's obviously made out of pine. You can even see some like pine needles sticking off of the bow. And it's got like a bit of a hint of a chocolate smell as well when he kind of twangs on the string. And he hands it to Traffir, seeing that he has a longbow with him. Says, "Well, this is a powerful longbow. I made it myself. It's particularly powerful with snow, which I think will help you out. I think it's quite fitting." And so I'll just tell you, on a critical hit, a flurry of snow clusters around a target's head, blinding them until the end of their next turn. On their turn, they have to make a DC 15 dexterity saving throw. If they succeed, the flurry disappears and they play their turn as normal. But if they fail, the flurry grows and envelops them into a snowman. Whilst a snowman, they are considered restrained, blinded, and must make a DC 18 strength saving throw on their turn to try and break free from this snowman.
You might have to just remind us of that, Rachel. If that
I'm going to send this to you in a minute. It's +2 longbow as well.
Perfect.
Nice.
And I will send you that in a minute. And then he reaches in and you hear a little jingle in there, and he pulls out a collar. And actually, Max's eyes light up a little bit when he sees it. He says, "This was not good for you. You don't deserve it anymore. You ran off." And then looks at Granny, who's kind of poking in the doorway. And as he kind of approaches you, it grows a bit larger to fit your neck rather than Max's. And he jingles it. It's got bells on it. And he says, "I think this will be quite encouraging." And he puts it on your neck. This collar's bells jingle beautifully as you move, but if you are angry, the sound becomes painful to hear by the target you're angry at. You can cast the Shatter spell at 3rd level, which is 48 thunder damage, twice per long rest.
48 thunder.
Mm-hmm. And then he reaches in again to his pouch and brings out something that looks like a candy cane, although it is very, very sharp on one end. It's quite small. And he goes over to the Nutcracker, who already has a candy cane sword. Rapier, even. Did you say rapier?
Yeah.
I think it was, yeah. And he hands it over and says, "Quite fitting, I think. Matches." Encrusted in shiny red and white candy cane hue, this dagger is sharp as it is tasty. The dagger can never get dirty, nor can it ever fill your hunger. When rolling initiative, this dagger grants a +2 to initiative if you lick it, because a magical sugar filters into your bloodstream. And when you meet the sneak attack criteria using this dagger, you get 1 extra sneak attack die.
Ooh.
Okay.
And then he reaches in a bit further to this bag, and you hear a bit of music, and it's like tinny and bad quality. And he pulls out this ugly looking Christmas jumper that is singing with this horrible little electronic music box. And it shrinks down to Christmas elf size and says, "I knitted this myself. It's possibly the most beautiful thing I've ever created." And it's so ugly. Like, it's the worst Christmas jumper you've ever seen. And he puts it, he doesn't even give you a chance. He takes your hat off and he puts it over your head.
Right. Oh.
It's itchy. It is not comfortable. It's ugly. He puts your hat on. You're a mess. So this is possibly the ugliest jumper you've ever seen. Whilst wearing it, you have a -2 to any charisma checks and saving throws. It's so ugly. But you have a +3 to AC, as the disgusting patterns on it make it hard to focus on you.
Okay,
Once
right.
per short rest, you can cast Tasha's hideous laughter. But your self-esteem might take a blow because whoever you cast it on is going to be laughing at you.
Oh, that's so sad. I love it.
That's brilliant.
It's amazing.
I want it so much.
Well, thank you. But what are you even called? We've just been calling you Green Man so far.
Well, I suppose that'll do.
Okay, well, when it's like, I don't even know what time it is. It's so hard in this place. When do you know when Santa's supposed to be arriving?
Well, I'm not sure. It's different every year. I tend to try and keep out of his way until I feel ready to fight him, but
How
been a
would we
while.
know it was him?
well, he wears a big red coat, a bit like mine over there, and he points over to a hanging up coat and hat, and it is similar, although a lot more scraggy. I try. It was one of my approaches once. I tried to sneak in there as him and steal his presents and steal Christmas. I didn't do very well. I ended up feeling a bit sorry for them. I don't know. It's something about Stockholm syndrome. It's just a problem. But anyway, I try not to wear that anymore. It gets distracting and it's difficult and confusing. But he wears a red coat, a red hat. He's pretty big guy, big bushy beard, a great big bushy beard. But that's him. And he'll probably have a sleigh and some reindeer about if he's just been out delivering presents.
How does he, like, they were saying he goes everywhere. How does he get around everywhere on a reindeer and sleigh?
I don't know. They always go on about this Christmas spirit and makes the reindeer fly and his sleigh fly. I don't really get it.
Okay. Well, I assume he'd be going back to the workshop now. Do you know where he lives?
The workshop, I suppose. This North Pole isn't very big. I think there's not many buildings.
Could lay an
I
ambush
suppose
for the fella.
Well,
What's he
I
going to
suppose
do when
I
he
think
comes
that you're.
back and finds all of his elves like knocked out by snowballs?
That is a good question.
And a hole in his
all I
roof.
know is that I think that your only chance of getting back home is for him to send you back, essentially. Either you defeat him and his curse ends, or somehow you convince him to let you go back. I think he should be landing on the rooftop probably soon. It could be an hour, it could be 2 minutes. I've got no idea, but you should probably go there. He wouldn't expect to be ambushed there.
This is going to be interesting, guys.
Firstly, right, so everything...
It'll be an event.
It's been obviously interesting and strange so far, but do I believe this green man?
You can make an insight check if you want.
Yeah, I will do. Just so you know, my passive is 17.
Okay.
Can I as well, please?
Yeah, you can. All of you can if you want to.
Not very good.
Why not? Yeah, why not? We'll insight this.
Got an 18.
10.
23 for Hickory.
Oh,
Ooh,
nice.
that
Oh,
rhymed.
nice.
Yeah. So.
No.
I mean, Hickory, Hickory, and you know that the way he reacted to seeing Max and the disgust that he's had in his voice when talking about Santa and the elves, you do understand that he does feel it's not necessarily about passion towards you and wanting you to get home. It's a combination of hating Santa, hating these elves, and hoping that if you can defeat him, that the curse will end and he can get home as well.
Okay.
Granny, you kind of you get the vibe that he hates Santa and hates the elves. You haven't quite figured out that he's hoping that he can get home as well. But
Okay.
I'm just
yeah, you
hoping
do feel
that
like
Santa
he's a
brings more
challenge.
elves for me to snowball.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
at least we might have actually taken out the elves before he had a chance to call them in for reinforcements. Like we've taken.
I'm thinking if we lay an ambush, then maybe Hickory and Granny could greet him as he lands. I don't know how. I don't know anything about them. Maybe just tell him how great he is and things. That's all the elves seem to do anyway. And then we can just jump him.
My only worry is that I should probably not talk because I don't sound like the rest of them quite noticeably.
Okay.
And I probably shouldn't talk because, well, I don't think his other reindeers did. Although the elves didn't seem surprised that I was talking.
They didn't freak out too much. Christmas.
I mean,
Maybe it lets them talk. But we should, we'll head off, start heading back that direction. I will be paying, I don't really know to look up, so I'm just generally paying attention to, listening for sleighs or seeing tracks or anything like that. Hearing reindeer.
So you guys heading back to the workshop then?
Yeah.
As you're heading back, you do realize that some of them have woken up because you did only knock them unconscious. Some of the elves are kind of like nursing their wounds and they're very wounded and just really confused about this horrible Christmas day that they've been having. And there are some people that are keeping out a watch for when you come back, if you come back.
As we arrive, he's going to be like, "Your snowball champion has returned."
They just burst into tears, like fully. There's no question about it. They're all on like 1 hit point. They are bruised. They are sad. They've had the worst Christmas day ever. They're just crying. They're just sobbing. If you wanted to push them over and walk past them, they would let it happen.
I don't think they're going to be
Oh,
much of a
scared of
problem,
you.
guys. I think
Yeah, it doesn't
free
seem
reign here.
pretty much.
the
We're the
doors
new
still barred?
Santa.
We
Yes,
are
is it- Is everything still barred and like locked up and?
Yeah, it seems so.
Okay.
Oh my god! I mean, it wouldn't have really worked. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
You just remembered something.
No, it's fine. I'm gonna go and so I assume it's like a little clearing where the workshop is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find a place on the edge of the clearing that has clear line of sight to the roof, and stealth myself.
Okay, roll stealth. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm going to head over towards the stable and just stand next to it where all the other reindeer are.
Okay.
29 on my stealth.
You,
Mm.
yeah, okay.
Mm.
You are the snow. No one has ever seen you. You blend in.
I mean, especially now they don't have the bright orange carrot nose.
Hickory, what are you doing?
I'll probably go stand next to Granny and kind of like act like I'm just like calming down a reindeer, because I feel like if I went over to any of the other elves, they'd cry at me. No, yeah, I'm not ready for that.
Nikki, what are you doing?
Are there any other sculptures or anything outside?
Not really. There's a couple of like candy canes dotted about, like big candy cane statues, but like near the entrance. But there's not like any other nutcrackers or anything.
Okay. I guess I'm just gonna try to hide behind like maybe the stable.
Okay, yeah. Will you make a stealth for me?
Yep.
Also, I forgot earlier with the snowman thing. You're multi-class bard rogue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we forgot to do sneak attack damage, I think, when you had advantage, but we will remember that this time.
I haven't played a rogue very often. Oh, sorry.
Me neither. That's why I
sneak.
forgot.
18.
Yeah, you managed to kind of crouch down behind the
Nice.
behind the stable, and as you're all in position and they're crying a bit, some of them have run off into the forest. A couple of them have started to, just try and get back in again. Like they're just milling about. You do start to hear sleigh bells in the distance. It takes a few minutes for them to come over, but you do see these reindeer flying over with a sleigh, and they're flying quite high up. It's almost like they're circling, ready to come down. They are like probably about 80 foot up at the moment.
We fire the anti-air artillery.
Like, for a brief moment, I was like, "Do you think the sleigh goes down if I kill the reindeer?"
Oh no!
Oh,
Granny would be very angry with you.
Just
if
for
you did
a
that.
brief moment, I was like, "Maybe the sleigh floats on its own. Maybe it doesn't." No, I will prep
Bad.
my bow, but not fire yet.
I will continue patting Granny on like the hip.
I'm gonna say to Granny and Hickory, can you make performance checks for me, please?
Oh no.
You want me to pretend to be a reindeer?
Can one
Yes.
be aided by the other? Is it like a joint performance?
This is separate performances. They are.
Well, that was
performing.
a 5. I'm not sure how I could fail to perform to be a reindeer when I am a reindeer, but yeah.
And that is a 14 from Hickory. That is also including his -2.
Okay. Yeah, it's more like you're a little bit nervous about it. You only just started to see what these reindeer actually act like, and you're like, nay. You're just looking around like, nay. It's not incredibly obvious because you are physically a reindeer. You're just not doing very well with the
I am actually going to look at the nearest reindeer to me and say, "Can you talk?"
And he just goes,
Okay. They're just curious.
but yeah, it just does start to circle down, and it lands on the roof next to the chimney that you saw before.
Next to the big
But
hole.
there's still a hole in the roof.
Yeah, like actually, he lands on it and the sleigh starts to kind of sink in, and they start to fly up again. And they're hovering, and Santa kind of clambers out onto that raised part of the roof and looks at it and is like, "Whoa, what is this?" And he looks around. He turns around and looks down, and is a very perceptive person. So looks down and sees Nikki crouching behind the stable, and just looks down and says, "Oh. It's you! Ho ho ho! I knew you would meet me here. Oh, I'm afraid I thought perhaps you would be grateful for your wonderful new home where I put you so you could be happy, away from the burdens of your past life. But no, you have disgraced my gift. I saw in the forest as I flew over, you killed one of my pets. And now look at you, you're scaring my workers into the forest. I've been watching you for a long time in your real world, as you might call it." He's not just speaking to Nikki at this point, he's speaking outwards. He knows the rest of you are around here somewhere. "I've been watching you for a long time in your real world, as you call it. Huh, defeating things that should be worshipped. That dragon was my friend. I thought if I were to revive it, I would need you out of the way. Of course, you would cause trouble wherever you are. I shouldn't have trusted you in my little world. And as punishment, you will receive the coal. Please, roll initiative to fight Santa."
Can it be harmless, not an attack, but a snowball definitely hits him?
Oh!
Yeah, it's like probably just on the chest. It's just like a.
Yeah, please roll
Initiative.
initiative.
Why do the elves like this guy? Doesn't make any sense. Oh, great initiative, guys.
That's a 19 because I get advantage on initiative.
Nice.
20
That's
for me.
18 for Hickory.
Oh, wonderful.
Nikki, you got
so
14.
who?
Nice.
25 to 20.
20.
15 to 20.
19.
18 for Hickory.
I'm trying to...
10 to
I just
15,
forgot where we
15
were.
15.
What's Nikki
10 to
got?
15.
Nikki's got 14.
What
Yeah.
did Nikki get?
The
Okay.
only one left.
I just
Yeah, Nikki
lost
got a 14.
my mind for a second there.
Hmm.
Okay, so he can only currently see Nikki, but he knows the rest of you are out there. And we are starting with Trafir, who is hidden.
Have we got another battle map, or is this Theatre of the Mind?
Actually, he can first of all see. He can see the
Those
elf
two.
and the reindeer. He has noticed because of the. Can you talk? Like he's noticed that you are not real. The elf he was a bit confused by, but you're stood right next to the reindeer. That's not a real reindeer. So you know, but it's mostly just Trafir that is.
Process of
hidden.
elimination. You're not crying, so therefore.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So we don't have a map of the workhouse, but we have the map that we used earlier, so I'm just gonna put you on.
You mean this amazing map that was drawn by
Ooh.
the
Thanks,
wonderful,
Emma.
wonderful
You're-
Emma? This
you're
is it's an
welcome.
incredibly beautiful map.
It came out a lot better than I thought
I
it was
like
going to.
Okay, yeah, so shooting my new bow. Of course, I am sharpshootering. And I am going to bonus action Hunter's Mark first. So I
Nice.
mark him. For some reason, my mark is normally like a little bit of rock or dirt on them, but now it's like a bit of snow sprinkles on his hair. And I'm at advantage for the first shot because of stealth, but I'm going to use my fighting spirit and give myself advantage for the whole round.
Okay.
And I will take 3 shots with my new. He's plus 8 now because it's plus 1 upper. First shot, 17 to hit.
That misses.
Second shot, unnatural 20 to hit.
That hits.
And third shot, 26 to hit.
That also hits.
So it's normal longbow damage, isn't it? It's only special on a crit, Manu special when it blinds them and
Yes.
stuff on a crit. That's cool. So 1d6. So the first arrow does 18 points of damage,
Mm-hmm.
and the second does 21.
Okay.
And with my 15 foot of movement, I'm gonna pull away from where the group is and sort of like 5, 10, 50, as I'm like through the snow, like not making any headway.
Okay, is that your turn?
That's me.
Did you add Hunter's Mark damage?
I did. So that's a D8 plus a D6 plus 15.
Okay,
So
cool.
that's all in there.
Okay. And it is now Granny's turn.
Okay. So we said what, that roof was about 50 foot up?
Yes. 40 foot up. He's on the 50. He's on the 45 bit.
I would
Yeah.
probably shout out, Green Man said think Christmas. Like, that's why I don't really want to make it like a full thing, but like...
No, I've got written down that the Christmas, yeah.
Green Man said that
Okay.
they think about Christmas, the power of Christmas makes them fly.
Okay. I am going to start singing one of those awful Christmas songs. And I'm going to jingle my bells. I'm not actually going to use the collar at all, but I'm just jingling along in time to the music, and I'm just going Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. Okay. And I'm
What
going to
song
try.
Are you singing?
Oh God, you're going to make me sing.
I am.
Okay, I actually really like Let It Snow. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, and the fire is so delightful.
Start to lift off
And
the floor.
since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
And this power just fills up inside you, and you feel yourself lifting off of the ground, and you now can fly.
That was lovely, Emma. That was lovely.
That was so
Great.
cute.
Thank you. I'm going to ask you to make my token bring that to the front as well, because otherwise I'm going to not be on that roof. Because I think the box is,
I'll do that with all of you.
yeah. And then I will fly up onto, so I can only go 5, 10. Hang on, let me just measure this properly, because I can only go 40 feet, so I might have to stop on the stable roof first. Oh no, it is 40.
Yeah, you can make it.
Okay, in which case, you know what? I'm going to go right up to here. So that's my movement. Did that flying use any of my bonus or anything?
No.
Okay, cool. That's
It
quite
was
cool.
just the Christmas spirit.
It was just the singing that you were after. Okay.
It was. The best way to spread Christmas cheer is
Is
singing, loud, for all to hear.
Oh dear God. Okay. It's like- I can't believe you got me to sing on camera. This is not good. Right. Okay. So, in which case, I am going to bonus action rage,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna go after him with my antlers. So that's an 18 to hit.
That misses.
Oh. Okay, and then I'm going to do a second attack.
He is a stocky man.
It's 23.
Nice. Much better.
That hits.
Yay. So yeah, so that's 11 damage total. And wait 1 second, because I just need to check something. So there's something about saying that I can push him. Sorry, I'm just
Is that
checking.
part of the gore?
It's hammering horns. After you hit a creature with a melee attack as part of the attack action on your turn. Oh no, I'd need to use a bonus action. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, so that's me done then.
Okay. And it is then Hickory's turn.
Right.
Actually, before your turn,
Very well.
seeing this reindeer land in front with a slightly angry red nose,
Oh no.
Santa is not happy with this and it feels like he's being ganged up on here, and is going to use a legendary action. And he just says, "You've been naughty!" Ho, ho, ho. And he pulls out his list from his sleigh and he shows it to you. And you see your name on his naughty list. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Not me.
Yes.
Okie doke. Wisdom save. This is not good. Oh, 19.
Nice.
Not bad.
Okay, you just save. You start to feel a bit weaker towards Santa, but you do kind of shake it off, and you start to, oh, the weather outside is frightful. Like, you kind of perk yourself up a little bit, and no, you are fine.
I'm singing through gritted teeth.
For a second there, you thought Santa was going to be able to hit you a lot harder, but you didn't let it happen. So well done. And it is Hickory's turn.
Wonderful. I made the mistake last battle of wild shaping as a bonus action. I am not Circle of the Moon.
Oh.
So I'm not making that mistake anymore.
Oh.
No, I am Circle of Dreams.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So I will not be making that mistake, but I am not wild shaping. I'm just gonna immediately kind of like I waddle forwards a little bit in my 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 as I am a gnome sized. I am an elf, but I am a gnome sized. Trudging through the itchy jumper, and it's really starting to just get Hickory like, oh, this is... Do you have any idea what it's like wearing this? Well, and he just reaches like into one of like his pockets again and pulls out like quite a broken like ish looking twig as he just crushes it in his hand and goes, well, let's see how you like it. And he's gonna throw out a blight on Santa.
Ooh, okay.
So Santa needs to make, oh dear, where's blight? Where is blight? I have lost blight. A Constitution saving throw. My DC is 18. I feel like he's probably got quite a high Constitution as he's the...
Oh, that is a 15.
Wonderful. So he takes 8d8 necrotic damage.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Jeez.
Wonderful. There we go. Let's boop. He takes 30 points of necrotic damage as his clothes just become really coarse and get really itchy, and you can see that his skin's starting to get red and raw with all the like someone's rubbed tinsel all over him, and he's uncomfortable.
Brilliant.
dirty damage of chafing.
You've made his clothes really itchy. Like, you could feel how itchy yours were, and you just made his worse.
And then as a free action, I'll turn to Nikki. Do you want to get closer?
Eventually, I'll need to.
Wonderful. And he kind of like just puts out a hand and touches Nikki on his like kind of probably hip or knee because of height difference. And as he does, you kind
Is
of
Nikki
really
not
get...
still small, or has she turned back?
No,
oh, that was an
was,
hour ago. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So yeah, as he kind of like touches you on the knee, you kind of get this weird sensation in the back of your head of like, oh, I could really go for a nap right now, and just as no one else can see, in your mind, the door just opens in front of you, and you can see right next to where Santa is. So if you want to step through and teleport 30 feet to here, you can.
I like that.
Nice.
As I use my dream ability of, what's it called? It's called like Hidden Paths.
I
So as a
really like
bonus
that.
act-
That's cool.
Oh wait, no, damn it, that's an action. Never mind, that doesn't happen. It's a bonus action for me and action for someone else. Dang flabbit.
That's irritating.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Wait, if it's a bonus action, then
It's a bonus
You.
action to teleport myself. It's an action if I want to
Oh.
teleport someone else.
okay.
Fair enough.
It was, you get ready to do it next time.
Yeah. I kind of like go to do it and then go, I just did a thing. Give me a minute. That'll be my turn. Why not?
Okay, Nikki, it is your turn.
Okay. How many metal things is on Santa right now?
Metal things.
Metal things.
He's got a belt buckle that's metal. He's got buckles on his shoes. I think that's probably it. That's probably 3.
Okay.
What are you thinking? You gonna try and burn him? Are you heat metaling?
I was just deciding if there was a good option for that yet.
My trousers are on fire!
It's because
Love
he's
it.
a liar. He doesn't have
His
Christmas
pants
spirit.
are on fire.
Liar, pants on fire. Yes. Okay. So you said they're like 40 feet in the air though, right? Because they're on the top of that other buildings.
Yeah, 45.
Okay, so I would have to probably move a little bit closer before I could do this. Let's see. Probably about there or so. There's a measuring tool in here, right?
So it's the fourth one down on the left.
Yeah. This is 15, so 45.
Don't need to do the trigonometry of it. It's
that
around.
works. That's 60.
It's around. Yeah. It's way under 60.
That's 60.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, cool. Alright, so I moved to about there, and then I'd like to cast heat metal on his belt buckle. And
Okay.
yeah, that is actually what I say. It's just like, your pants are on fire because you're a liar.
That's
I love
brilliant.
that. And he's going, ho, 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 and he's burning up. Is
Okay,
there damage for that?
Yeah, so it says... it doesn't say that there is a save, but it doesn't say...
No, I
Roll.
believe they just have to. They have to be able to remove the object.
Yeah, or they take damage. Yeah, okay, so any creature in physical contact with the object takes 2d8 fire damage when you cast the spell, and I can use a bonus action to cause damage again, and if the creature is holding or wearing the object and takes the damage from it, it must succeed on a con saving throw, or drop the object if it can. If it doesn't, then it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of my next turn.
We're
Wow,
making
okay.
Santa
Do
take
you
off
do
his trousers.
2d8 now?
Yeah.
And then if he doesn't
Take off his
drop trouser, he's gonna be having a bad time.
Just pantsing Santa.
Yeah, I know. It's like arranged pants. That's like excellent.
That's genius.
It's like a self pants as well because they've got
Yeah.
to do it to
They've
themselves.
got to do it. So it's just 8.
Wonderful.
Perfect. Thank you. He takes 8 fire damage. Is it on his turn that he will have to react to that?
So it'd be his like item. It's donning and doffing clothes, isn't it? So it's
Yeah.
like
Okay. And that is his turn now. So he has to make a Constitution saving throw, did you say?
Yeah.
no. So that's only if he could drop it because he can't drop it. He
Oh.
physically can't not touch it.
I mean, he
So-
can drop it. He just has to undo his trousers.
Yeah.
So I'm
The
gonna do a
con,
con save. to see
the
if
con
you want-
save. Yeah. I mean, you can use the con save like that. Usually, it's just about like instinct let go rather than.
I'm gonna do it like, can I deal with this, or do I need to undo my trousers? Like, that's the vibe I'm going for here.
It's the vibe like after a heavy all you can eat takeout.
Yeah. Do you need to loosen your belt?
That's that's
Can I
12.
do this?
That does. No, that does not pass.
Well, he's like, oh, and he just undoes his trousers and he drops them around his ankles, and he is now standing there in boxes that have little baubles on them, multicolored.
Excellent.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. But yeah, his trousers are now around his ankles. It won't go over his boots, so he's kind of a half movement now because you can't really, you know, when you're kind of
Nice.
waddling,
Even
'cause you
better.
can't really.
It's
do
gonna be
anything.
easier to push over.
Mm.
I
And he's
feel
got-
like I don't
he's
want
a-
to say it because we're the heroes and everything, but we turned into the high school bullies. I'm not gonna lie. Like I've been pelting
No,
snowballs.
you
and-
turned into the
No,
high school
I've
bully.
been pelting snowballs at whiny nerds all afternoon.
I've been
And
playing in the
now
snow.
You guys
I've
have
been
pantsed
nice.
a guy and
Made his clothes
Santa.
really itchy. And...
Just pants Santa.
Yeah, we're definitely on the naughty list for real. Man. Like,
for sure.
And I feel like that's probably his turn. right? Because that's his action.
Unless he wants to move, but yeah.
Unless he's got
mean-
any bonus action spells.
So, yeah, he just kind of, sure, I guess. That's his turn. I'm trying to see if there's something else he can do. I don't know. I mean, he doesn't have any bonus actions. Why didn't I do this? Does he have, wait, I'm looking at his spells. Bear with me. Yeah, no, this is the worst. I'm an idiot. Good. That's Sam's turn. I'm so mad. Trafir, it's your turn.
Awesome. So I forgot I have other things.
Other than just throwing snowballs.
Well, no, I'm still just throwing snowball. I mean, I'm not throwing, I'm shooting the bow. But so whenever I have elven accuracy, so whenever I have advantage, I roll 3 dice instead of 2.
Nice.
So again, I am going to use one of my fighting spirits. So I have advantage until the start of my next turn. And we will have 3 more shots. So that's the first shot, 27.
Oh,
Yeah, that hits.
beautiful.
Second is 24.
That hits.
Third is 19.
That just hits.
Awesome. So 26 points of damage with the first arrow,
Yeah.
20 points of damage with the second arrow,
God.
and 24 points of damage with the third arrow.
Wow.
Yeah.
So dangerous.
And just not to finish this off, I won't action surge. I was going to, but I'll wait.
He still
That's
actually
me.
looks pretty okay. I mean,
Oh,
you've
does he
torn up
actually
his
look
clothes.
good? Does he? Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, in
you-
which case, I'll action surge, and I'll take another 3 shots.
You seem to have torn up his clothes a bit. He's a bit battered and bruised, but he's not like wincing or anything. He's
This
still
guy's a lot
carrying on.
tougher than he looks.
It's all the cookies.
I know, right? All
All that
he-
padding.
He's just got them. He's been saving them for later, and it's just like cookie armor underneath the.
Oh yeah.
For him, healing potions are just healing like eggnog and cookies.
Yeah. 24 to hit with the first arrow.
Yep.
26 to hit with the second arrow,
Yeah.
and 26 to hit with the third arrow.
Yeah.
Wow.
My God.
24 damage.
Bloody hell, Liam.
28 damage.
Oh my God.
21 damage.
Wow.
He's not like on his knees or anything, but he is shocked. He's just shocked. And
Like, it's pure, like, moment from an anime. There's all of a sudden, like,
Yeah,
music
it's
around,
just-
and he's, like, nailing people.
he's just shocked. He's been like hit like 6 times, and he is just in shock. He is not very happy with you right now, for obvious reasons, as you can imagine, and is going to take another legendary action, and is going to take his legendary action to take his action, an extra action now. So he is going to reach into his sleigh and pick out his bag of sack of gifts, and he's going to reach in. He's going to get a box and he's going to throw it at you, and that's going to be 24 to hit. Yeah.
My bad, I'm muted. That definitely hits.
Okay. And okay, so then you take what do you take?
Santa was a baseball player in his youth.
Yeah.
You take 13 bludgeoning damage as you get hit in the face with this box, essentially. And
I-
as it hits you, it explodes. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as there's something inside of it explodes on you.
I'm now feeling what the elves have felt.
Yeah. It's a payback.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
that's a fail. You
Ooh.
take 66 cold damage.
Oh,
Wait,
wow.
cold.
D6 or 6T6?
What?
D6.
Okay,
So I have
thank
to roll it.
Ooh.
Right, so
I
just
had
a
a
question.
heart attack.
When you said earlier, I don't feel cold, was
You
that
have
just
resistance
pure
to cold
resistance?
damage.
Cold
Good.
You take 19 points of cold damage.
I will also use my reaction to cast Absorb Elements and half that again.
So yeah, you half it from being resistant and half it again.
That's like 5.
So I also have to roll a
Six,
d4
yeah,
and you
5.
suffer a random effect on a d4.
Okay, dokes.
So you are deafened.
Nice. So he's
as
just
it
like
hits you and it explodes and there's a ringing in your ear.
it
Sounds
hits
a
him
little
and he's
bit
trying to
like
like
one of those jingle bells.
he's trying to shake it off and look cool. And he's just like, "Is that all you got?"
And
But it's
he's
shouting
like,
way too loud.
and he's like, no! And he reaches in and he does it again.
Good. Very good. Very good.
Oh no.
And that is an unnatural 20.
That hits.
So you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage. And the same
Yeah.
thing, you need a Constitution saving throw, please.
10 bludgeoning. Oh, con save. Just as good as the last.
Oh, yeah.
To be
And-
fair, my attack rolls have been a little ridiculous, so
Mm.
this is the return. So 16 points of cold,
16 points of cold damage.
which is reduced to 4 because it's halved for my resistance, and then the absorb element stays till the start of next turn.
And you are also poisoned.
Okay.
Deafened and poisoned. These both last for 1 minute. And you
Oh,
can
wow.
repeat the saving throw for one of them at the end of your turn.
No worries.
Nasty.
And that was his legendary action after Trafir. And now it's Granny.
Okay. So, I'm just going to double check this. But then... So yeah, so I am still raging already, so I am going to try and hit him with my antlers again.
Yep,
So that's a 19.
that just hits.
Okay, so that's 11 damage.
Okay.
I'm going to take my second attack, which is a 27
That hits.
for 8 damage.
Yep.
And then as part of I have a lovely thing called Hammering Horns. So basically I can now use my bonus action to shove that target. How large is he? He's got to be no more than one size larger than me. So is he the same size as me?
He's the same size.
Okay, he needs to do a strength saving throw.
Okay.
Try to knock Santa off the roof.
Yes.
That's the try, yeah.
We're gonna Santa Claus this.
Oh,
Put on his
that's,
clothes,
Which
take
means
over the
now
new Santa.
you become the new Santa.
oh, that's a 12.
You needed a 17.
Yep.
So I am gonna shove Santa 10 feet, but I'm gonna try and do it, Rachel, sort of in that direction, so he sort of goes off that way.
Because it's with your antlers, I feel like you could do that to the side.
Yeah, sort of like
that's
toss
fine.
him.
And
So I'm
also,
gonna-
they're flying as well, aren't you? So you could arc around as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, so I'm gonna sort of come around and shove him off the roof, and he
I
goes
love that.
10 feet in. Actually, I'm gonna just knock him off there. I'm gonna come right
Mhm.
round. Hang on, yeah. I'm gonna come right round and fly and just sort of charge into him
Okay.
and knock him off.
How does Liam, you know more about this than I do, how does falling damage work?
If it's 45, you do 1d6 for every 10 foot rounded up, so you're going to do 5d6 damage to him.
Wow.
Like, it's just the imagery of pushing Santa off the roof. That's
King of the castle.
25 points
Oh.
of damage.
And I am then going to fly. When he falls down, I'm going to fly and sort of land here.
Okay.
Just sort of
As he
land on the
falls, I'm
ground.
gonna need I need Nikki to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay, I can do that.
Otherwise, he's gonna fall on you. You need to
Oh
try and get out of
God!
the way.
Sorry,
it'll
Nikki.
be alright.
That is
Yeah,
okay.
good.
I am decent at those, so I'm fine.
Oh, I was still thinking in terms of 5 feet, not
Yeah.
10 for some reason. Yeah.
You manage to just
Mental.
move just out of the way as he falls flat on the ground in front of you. He does lift his head and makes a like kind of noise, but he is prone in front of you.
That's psychopathic. That was so like
Yeah.
I've been knocked off a roof. Oh, that's a horror movie right there.
He is looking battered, not like awful, but pretty battered. Yeah, it's now Hickory's turn.
I have a question for you, Rachel.
Yeah.
What was it? An adult, ancient, young, or wormling
It's-
white dragon?
it's
that
ancient.
It was an
Wasn't it?
ancient white dragon.
Dang it! If it was an adult, I would have been polymorphing into it. But no, an ancient one is outside of my ability to polymorph into.
Yeah.
Wonderful. That's fine. That's fine. Well, let's just let's go for a. I'm gonna go blight again, but at a higher level. I'm gonna cast it at 5th level.
Of course you are.
Why not?
So Santa's on his back with his pants round his ankles.
Honestly.
Oh my god, that's the point. You should have made his dexterity saving throw with disadvantage. 'Cause
Yeah.
Not that it mattered. How is he gonna stand up? Oh, this guy's in such a mess.
Yeah, so he needs to make another Constitution saving throw, DC 18 still.
Oh my god. Okay. That's a 15.
That fails.
Nice.
Nice, man.
Oh my god.
So now I'm gonna roll 98.
We just curb stomped Santa. Like,
He deserved it. He's mean.
he did deserve it. He
Yes.
did.
Out here judging people for no
31
reason.
points
I know,
of
right?
necrotic damage.
Just because we may or may not be from the South Pole.
He is looking rough. Like the snow around him turns black with this necrotic energy, and he is still breathing, but his head kind of flops down. He is looking bad.
And as I'm kind of like running past him, I'm gonna go to 5, 10. So what's it? Because he's there, so there'll be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, just to give our roguey friend an advantage. Also, well, he's prone anyway at the moment.
But should he stand up?
Yeah, should he stand up, at least that. And that distance should... Wonderful. I am also going to, like, turn around and be like... Don't worry, Snowy! You got this! And I'm going to Healing Word as a bonus action, because, Rachel, you allow just bonus action spells just to happen, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So that'll be 1d4 plus 5. Plus 5. So you take 6 points of healing, just to give you a little bit of a boost.
It's alright. It's alright. I'm looking good.
Okay, and as you do that, just before Nikki's turn, he is going to take a legendary action. He is going to stand up as to his best of his ability. I think he needs to probably check for that. Yeah, he makes it okay, it's fine.
So that
he-
uses half of his movement, which is already halved because of the trousers down.
Yes.
So he can move
So he has
a
no.
square.
He's not going anywhere, but he stands up. And he's going to look at you, who's just blighted him, and he is going to, out of his pocket, take some holly, and he is going to, almost like a ninja star, throw it at you.
Not again. Not
Not
Holly
the
again.
Holly.
And he's going to do that 3 times.
Ooh,
Nice.
Ouch.
bring it.
That is a 28 to hit.
That hits.
That is a 32 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
And that is an 18 to hit.
That is my armor class, so that hits. Even,
Close.
like with the itchy jumper, my armor class is now up to 18, so all 3 of those doth hit.
Okay, you take from the first one 29 points of damage
20. Oh, okay, alright, yep.
Oh.
Second.
as it pierces into you, and it seems to just keep piercing. It's almost like it keeps going in. 12 points from the second one,
Right.
and 29 points from the third one.
Ouch.
Hickory's little elven form is bleeding a lot.
And
Yeah.
that is his last legendary action, and it is Nikki's turn.
Okay. Because I haven't dealt with extra attacks very often, if I do a melee attack, am I able to make a magic attack on the second one? Or like a magical spell on the second thing?
Unless the spell specifically says so. Some spells say, as part of this cast, make an attack as well, like
Yeah.
Booming Blade.
Mm.
But as standard, no, one action is one spell or
Yeah.
2 attacks.
Okay.
Unless you're Eldritch Knight, because then they
That's
have
a
a
whole
special
other thing,
feature
yeah.
which
Yeah.
comes with it.
Okay. Then I think I forgot that I actually have fancy footwork, so he actually can't take opportunity attacks against me after I hit him, if I hit him.
No.
wonderful.
Excellent.
So I'm going to try to hit him with the candy cane rapier that I've had.
You have advantage for the flank.
Perfect. And I think for this, I am also going to Booming Blade. Is this rolling? Oh, wait, did I?
This is the 18 plus 8, 26.
Okay, and then let's just see if it.
Yep,
Just in case that
hits.
nat 20.
Yeah, just in case. Okay, perfect. And then. 3d8.
And so you had advantage, so sneak attack wise,
Yeah.
you should do your sneak attack as well.
Ooh, okay. Right.
Which you also gain an extra D6 on because of the special weapon you were just given.
Ooh. Perfect. Okay, so sneak attack, it says 2d6, so 3d6?
Yep.
Yep.
So 21 and 15.
Nice.
So
Good.
36
How-
stabby damage.
How do you want to do this?
Oh,
How do you want to kill Santa?
Oh no!
How do you want to kill Santa?
That's like the best and most pressure we've given any guest so far, right? Like the killing
Yeah.
blow and the responsibility of murdering Santa.
Oh no! Alright. So, I think what I'm gonna do is, as I'm stabbing him, I stab like the hat that he's wearing like down over his eyes. Like, how dare you judge people when you can't even see? And then I just like stab like directly like into his heart from like his head, like that way. Like just
Nice.
like getting the hat on top of his
like
head there.
like shish kebab kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice, I like that.
As
Of course we'll-
Santa falls with a thud to the floor, you all have only moments before Santa himself melts into the snow, and so does the world that you have come to know. The workshop, the elves, Santa Claus's sleigh, all start to disappear and all fade to grey. All is quiet by the melting Grinch's house, and not a creature is stirring, not even a mouse. Suddenly you feel a shiver down your spine. You open your eyes and say, "My body! It's mine!" Cold but excited, you spring to your feet, standing where you saw him in the middle of the street. Around the town is starting to wake. You rub your eyes. Is all of this fake? But no, it's real, and you are home at last, and the world you just saw feels like a dream of the past. Thank you so much for playing the Christmas one-shot. You made it home. You killed Santa.
Okay, I'm getting that tattooed on me.
Yeah,
I killed Santa.
I killed Santa.
Oh goodness.
Thank you for joining us, Christina. And
Yes, thank you so
you.
much.
It was so
It was a
good.
pleasure.
just
Such good
remind
fun.
everyone of the socials for Agents of Damned.
Yes, so Twitter at Agents of D, and then Facebook and Instagram at Agents of Damned, and then we also have a website with transcripts on it, wordpress.com/Agents of Damned.
Wonderful.
Amazing.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
And yeah, thank you guys for playing. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope this has helped you to feel a bit festive. And thank you for singing. That was my main part. I just wanted everybody to sing.
There was so much singing.
So much
So
singing.
much
And I think we
singing.
all
Amazing.
sang at some point. We all
Everyone
sang.
sang.
So
We did.
Thank you very much, and thank you to everybody who has watched this, and have a very Merry Christmas. Remember to like this video, subscribe to our channel, check out our Patreon, our socials, they're all in the description, and definitely check out Agents of Damned.
100.
And as always, roll well. Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Yes.